This broadcast is under the direction and is copywritten by a partnership between Champion Sports Radio and Tradio. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or use of the stream, and any and all other use of the accounts of this broadcast without the direct written consent and permission of both Champion Sports Radio and Tradio is strictly prohibited. All rights are reserved by Champion Sports Radio and Tradio. This is Grapevine Mustangs Football, presented by Champion Sports Radio and Tradio.
The Grapevine Mustangs are on Champion Sports Radio and Tradio. This broadcast of Grapevine Mustangs football is presented by the Grapevine Mustangs Football Booster Club. Sponsors this evening are 121 Community Church, Chip Mercer Dentistry, Classic Chevrolet, Bottle Cap Alley, Prosperity Bank, and ER of Texas. Network sponsors Infinity Solar USA, Energy Attic, Greenleaf Roofing, Whirly Ball, LivingForZachary.org, Lone Star Gridiron, and the Greater Dallas Youth Orchestra. Grapevine Mustangs football is a presentation of Champion Sports Radio and Tradio. You can find Champion Sports Radio online on Twitter at Champion Sports, at Facebook.com/Champion Sports Radio, on Instagram at Champion Sports Radio, or online anytime at ChampionSportsRadio.com.
So if I go like this, it's live?
We'll give you the rest of the Grapevine defensive starters in a moment. The punt is blocked. It is going to rolling into the end zone. Is it going to get covered? It is for a touchdown. The Mustangs, as Hazel's is on the move now. Low snap and a sack.
And that's how the Grapevine defense takes advantage of opportunities.
Field here. Snap back. Jones looking to pass. He's going to get hit, and the ball's on the ground. It's been offset pistol formation. Snap. Hand off the Polk up the middle. Got room. Inside the 20, the 15, the 10, the 5. He walks it into the 10 at the Mustang 24. Showing blitz as Hazel snap back. Play action. Pass over the middle. Wide open. And this one is going to be walked into the corral, I think, I hope. Keep it running. Keep running. He does take it into the corral for a touchdown. Number 18, the senior tight end, Hank Miller, just came wide open on us.
Adapt to this one.
Shotgun snap back, play action.
Out of the game.
Open over the middle, caught inside the 10, the 5, touchdown as Parker Polk from the out. Quarterback sweep. And now Jones getting rushed again, and he's going to not questionable. Snap back, Jones looking, and he's going to get dropped. We think, yep, he gets away for a second, but then finally gets. Hank Miller in motion, snap back, pass down the middle of the field, wide open man, Sammy Kelly walks it into. Two personnel look, Wagner comes in motion from the left to the right, snap back, hand off, nope, it's a kick from Baum, a great fake, and he's going to walk it into the corral for a touchdown. Forming a strong side. Little handoff, and Baum pulls it out and takes it into the end zone. Great job by Evan Baum, pulled the ball out on the fake handoff and went over the right side. He's going to be stopped for it, and it's into the end zone for the touchdown. This evening, it's the final tune-up for your Grapevine Mustangs before the start of district play, and it's their biggest test yet. Tonight, we bring you a matchup of two top 10 teams in 5A Division II as your 6th-ranked Grapevine Mustangs host the number 1-ranked Argyle Eagles. That's up next here on Mustang Friday Nights, presented by Champion Sports Radio and Tradio. Good evening, everyone. My name is Jacob Dedamore. I'm here along with my broadcast partner, Tim Smith, and we are here tonight to bring you the final non-district game of the season. And, Tim, it's the biggest test yet for the Grapevine Mustangs. The top-ranked team in Class 5A Division II, the Argyle Eagles, are in town.
Well, what a better way to test yourself in the preseason, before district play, rather, than to play the number one ranked team in the state in your class. It's going to be a great test for Grapevine. Tonight is a good way for them to show themselves what they're made of, and the coaches to find out. Last week they ran 100 plays.
Right now, you said the tackling was much better. Two guys.
They are getting after it, and defense only played 41 snaps against Wakeland. So that's more than double what we've played like consistently up to this point. We've got to do a good job offensively on limiting Argyle's opportunities.
Yeah, that's when you think about the high school level with 12-minute quarters as opposed to 15 at the next level, running nearly 200 plays between two offenses is a pretty astounding number. And that's tempo at about as high a level as you can imagine, I would think.
Yeah, you're not going to have much filler time, Jacob, on Friday night. I'll just tell you.
That's good. It keeps the action on the field for us.
There's no doubt.
All right, Coach. Thank you very much for your time, and good luck tonight.
All right, appreciate it.
You are watching the ER of Texas pregame show. We'll be back with more Grapevine Mustangs football presented by the Grapevine Mustangs Football Booster Club on Champion Sports Radio and Tradio.
It's sundown in Texas, and the Mustangs are herding up. This is Mustang football.
Sunset in Texas. This is Mustang football. Sun's down in Texas, living it up in the fall.
This is Mustang football.
The lights are heating up now. This is Mustang football.
Mustang Nation, let's ride!
This is Mustang football.
This is Mustang football.
Welcome back to Mustang Panther Stadium and the ER of Texas pregame shows. We get you ready for the matchup between top-ranked Argyle and number 6-ranked Grapevine. Jacob Dedamore here along with Tim Smith, and now it is time for this week's edition of Tim's Takes.
Well, thank you, Jacob. What a great matchup we have tonight. We've talked about it a little bit, but we haven't really touched on the fact of what a mirror image both these teams are of each other. Both teams feature great running backs. Although Grapevine has a little bit more of a run-by-committee strategy, Parker Polk still leads the way, averaging 173 yards per game with 10.2 yards per carry and 2 rushing touchdowns. They'll also run with Victor Dela Cruz, C.J. Holmes, Demontrez Dunn, and Reed Watkins. Argyle, well, they feature Landon Ferris and R.J. Bennell. Landon has 173.5 yards per game on average and averages 6.9 yards a carry with 1 rushing touchdown, very similar to Parker. RJ has 6 rushing touchdowns with 7.5 yards per carry. Now, he doesn't carry the ball as much, but he does get in the end zone. Now, both teams are going to feature very good quarterbacks. Evan Baum, the junior quarterback, averages 140 yards in the air and 409 total yards in his first 2 games with 4 passing touchdowns and no interceptions. For Argyle, quarterback Jacob Robinson, he averages 127 yards per game in the air and has 3 touchdowns as well, but also has 3 interceptions. He averages 6.9 yards on the ground when he uses his legs, so look for him to run the ball quite a bit tonight as he is their 3rd leading rusher. Now let's talk about defense, because we know that these teams both have good offenses. Both teams have really good linebacker cores, and Grapevine's going to be led by Latham Way, who has 19 tackles on the season and is far away leading the Grapevine Mustang defense. Argyle's linebacker core is led by Grant Maribel, the senior. He boasts 20 tackles on the year. Now let's get down to the nitty-gritty, the defensive line. Well, for Grapevine, Devin Thomas, number 99, came on strong a week ago with 3 sacks, a forced fumble, and a tackle for loss. Kristen Steed, number 35, also had a sack, a forced fumble, and 6 total tackles. Well, rounding out that 3-man front is number 41, Dalton Knapp. He also had 2 sacks a week ago and a fumble recovery. Now, Argyle, they're a little bit different on their D-line. They're going to feature a 3-man front as well, but number 44, Riley Van Poppel, 6'5", 275 pounds. We're going to talk about him a little bit throughout the broadcast. And Michael Madre, who is number 99, he's also 6'5", 260. But both of them are committed to D1 programs coming up next fall. The Grapevine O-line, they're certainly going to have their hands full. The biggest difference to me between the 2 clubs are turnovers. I talk about turnovers just about every week, but these are eye-opening numbers. Argyle is a -2 in differential, while Grapevine is a +6. They have not turned the ball over at all this year. Both defenses have their hands full tonight. Both teams will chew up yardage on the ground. The difference to me, Jacob, it's going to be the turnovers or the passing game of Grapevine as we saw them explode a week ago.
Tim, the other thing that they're going to have to be used to tonight, the Grapevine defense is going to need to be ready for tempo. You talk about the 100 plays that Argyle ran last week. If you watched Baylor when Robert Griffin III was quarterback down at Baylor about 10 years ago, they run that type of tempo offense. Spread you out to run the ball and as high tempo as possible. That's going to do it for this edition of Tim's Takes and this edition of the ER Texas pregame show. When we come back, we will have the national anthem and the opening kickoff for you here on this week's edition of Mustang Friday Nights. You are listening to Grapevine Mustangs football, presented by the Grapevine Mustang Football Booster Club on Champion Sports Radio and Tradio.
Number 4, Colton Rockford. Number 5, Will Hudson. 10, Grant Fairway.
Back here at Mustang Panther Stadium as we are getting close to kickoff. Coin toss going on at midfield right now. Captains tonight for the Mustangs: number 4, Parker Polk; number 11, Latham Way; number 27, Drew Nelson; and number 73, Cy Owen. For Argyle, number 2, Dax Harani; number 44, Riley Van Poppel are 2 of the captains as they're about to coin toss. Number 10, Grant Mirabal, also one of your captains, and as well number 54, Wes Tucker.
Just looking at the coin toss, Jacob, how big is number 44 down there?
Yeah, Riley Van Poppel, the son of former Major League pitcher Todd Van Poppel, who grew up in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. He goes 6'5", 275. He's committed to play ball at Nebraska. And here come the Mustangs as they run out of BAM and onto the field of play as we get ready to get things going for you tonight. It's a blue out tonight here at Mustang Panther Stadium, and we have a very good sizable crowd tonight. All the Mustang fans wearing blue. The Mustangs wearing their blue jerseys. We're going to have a big crowd from the Argyle side as well.
It's packed over there tonight. There's going to be a lot of noise in this stadium, a lot of energy for this game.
Argyle will be receiving the opening kickoff, which means that the Mustangs are going to be starting on defense tonight. So as we get ready, we're going to have the national anthem here in just a moment, as the Grapevine Mustangs choir is coming onto the field of play to sing the national anthem for us. Let's go ahead and give you that defensive starting lineup for the Mustangs tonight, as they'll be starting on the defensive side of the ball. For the Mustangs in their typical nickel set, at one defensive end is going to be Leighton Towery, number 19. Devin Thomas along the defensive line as well, number 99. The middle linebacker, Latham Way. Tyler Mears, the other starting linebacker, number 33. And Dalton Knapp, the sophomore, at defensive end. In your secondary, the 5-man secondary that they featured, your 2 corners, number 12, Ezekiel Brown, and number 3, C.J. Holmes. At Rover, patrolling the middle, number 6, Major Heck. The captain, Drew Nelson, at the bandit. And at the freak position, number 25, Hunter Lasher. And your player to keep an eye on tonight, your highlight player, is number 35, Tristan Sneed. And right now we go down for the excellent job by the Grapevine Mustangs choir. And back to what we were saying just a moment ago. Thank you to the Grapevine choir for the national anthem. Our feature player tonight on defense for the Mustangs is the defensive end, number 35, Tristan Seed, who comes into tonight with 6 tackles, 3 assisted tackles. He has a sack, a forced fumble, and 2 quarterback pressures. He, along last week with number 99, Devin Thomas, were wreaking havoc in the Azle backfield. And tonight, that's going to be a key focus of penetrating gaps and getting into that backfield to disrupt this Argyle Eagle offense. So the Mustangs will kick things off, which means the kicker, number 30, Hayden Rhodes, will get things underway. Back to receive tonight for the Argyle Eagles is number 29, Jamel Felton, as well as number 19, Jaquan Felton, the twin brothers. Back on kickoff return, I should say. And we are about ready to get underway here from Mustang Panther Stadium. 2 top 10 teams in the state in 5A Division II. And a high, deep kick from Rhodes. It's going to go about 5 yards deep and bounce out of the end zone for the touchback. Offensively, for the Argyle Eagles, they are 2-0 this year in their first year in 5A under head coach Todd Rogers in his 20th season. 223-39 as head coach at Argyle. Jake Gregory is your offensive coordinator in his second year at the helm of the offense. Your starting quarterback, Jacob Robinson. Number 3, the 6'1", 190-pound senior. The 2 running backs you'll see tonight. Number 20, Landon Ferris, 5'7", 175-pound senior, and 6'1", 195-pound senior, number 11, R.J. Bunnell. Your wide receivers, number 5, Will Hodson at one wideout. Number 6, Lane Stewart at the other. At the slot, Jaquan Felton, number 19, and at the tight end position, number 87, Hunter McFall. First pass is high and out of bounds over the head of number 19, Jaquan Felton, as Argyle comes out throwing. Across the front, the Baylor commit, number 54, Wes Tucker at left tackle. At left guard, number 65, Noah Weeks. Number 55, Jason Crowder at center. Number 77, Thor Johansson at right guard, and at right tackle, number 64, Weston Cheney. 2nd and 10 now for the Eagles at their own 25-yard line. Receiver goes in motion, snap is back, handoff. Nope, play action. Firing out to the far side. Pass is caught and out of bounds right there is number 5, Will Hodson. Comes into tonight with 6 catches for 137 yards and 2 touchdowns, and here comes that tempo. 3rd and 4 at the 31, lining up quickly, snap back. Little pop pass, end around, tackle broken and then chopped down. Great job right there by number 6, Major Heck, as he comes up from his position to make a tackle about 2 yards short of the line to gain, and that's going to force the Eagles to punt.
That's a great way to start off the game. If you're the Grapevine defense, you get in there and make a big tackle on that 3rd and short. Can't say enough about the defense to come in and give up that long pass on 2nd down, but then come in on 3rd down and shut it down.
Back to punt is Trey Baston, number 21. Little low line drive kick. It's going to hit on a high and then picked up by Parker at his own 23. Makes a man miss. Up to the 25, 30. Still making a man miss up the sideline to the 40 and finally taken out of bounds. Great job by Parker Polk right there. He steps out forced out of bounds at the 45-yard line. A 22-yard return.
Well, that's the guy. That's the spark plug of this team offensively and on special teams. So here we go. We're going to see if they're going to get into his hands early and often as the offense comes onto the field.
Now we'll give you the starting offense for the Grapevine Mustangs tonight as they come out. The studs, of course, up front. 71, Travis Mason. 52, Alex Holguin. 73, Cy Owen. Number 55, Hunter Caudill. And number 74, Max Livingston across the front. Give you the rest here in just a moment. 1st and 10 for the Mustangs at their own 45. The ball is kept it's handoff to Parker Polk on that little triple option. Nice job by that strong defensive front for Argyle. Only a yard gain.
Yeah, that's really tough when you have a guy like number 99, Michael Madry, and he can split a double team and create havoc in the backfield that quickly. It's going to be really tough.
Evan Baum, your starting quarterback, your starting tailback. Number 4, Parker Polk. Your 2 outside wide receivers, Sammy Kelly and Caden Cook. Number 18 and number 7 and number 17 and number 18, Hank Miller at the tight end. 2nd and 9 at the 46. 3 going to go trips right this time. Rondell Carradine comes in motion, snap back, another handoff to Polk. Not much room, gets about 2 yards before he's knocked down. Our feature player tonight on offense is number 21, Rondell Carradine, the slot receiver who they will try to get his speed into the open field. 5 catches, 103 yards on the season and a touchdown. He's been the leading wide receiver so far for Grapevine. We talked about this defense for Argyle. They have 2 Division I commits up front. Michael Madry at 1 defensive end position. He's committed to play at the next level at Boise State. The other defensive end, number 44, Riley Van Poppel. Snap back on 3rd down. A pass caught by Caden Cook inside to Argyle territory, inside the 40, down to the 37-yard line. Great throw by Baum right there, right on target. A gain of 15 yards and a 1st down.
That's a heck of a throw. That was what we call a dart. He darted that thing in through the windows, right into the chest of his receiver. Great route, great catch, great play.
Again, Michael Madry, number 99, and number 44, Riley Van Poppel, the 2 defensive ends, both committed to play at the next level. 1st and 10. It's going to be a little pitch, and it's gotten knocked loose, and Parker Polk will cover it back at the 45. There's that defensive pressure that time is coming in to disrupt The play was number 25, Bud Petter, the linebacker, who came in and hit Evan Baum as he was trying to pitch and got a piece of the ball. Luckily, Parker Polk was able to get back on it.
Yeah, I think Evan thought he had that pitch, and he needed to pitch it just a little sooner. What a great play by number 25, Bud Petter there.
Snap back, a little quick pass. The pass is intercepted, a one-handed interception by Argyle. Number 19, Jaquan Felton, the junior safety, makes a spectacular play as Evan Baum tried to go over the top to Caden Cook.
Are you kidding me? I mean, that's about as good a ball as you're going to throw. He threw it a little bit late on it, and there's the safety comes in with a one-handed snag and a toe drag swag at the same time.
And I'll tell you this, if he doesn't make that play, Felton, that's a touchdown because it was just a better play by the defense is all it was. You've got to give credit to Felton. It was a good route. It was a good throw. It was just a great read by Jaquan Felton.
Golly,
first turnover of the season by the Grapevine offense. 1st and 10 now for Argyle. Handoff up the middle and into the second level. Immediately is the running back, number 20, Landon Ferris. He's got 309 yards rushing on the season plus a touchdown, 6.9 yards a carry, gets 7 yards, 8 yards on first down here out to the 41. Very quickly, and now we're going to have a flag for offsides, free play, deep pass up the sideline. It's going to be a little too far for the intended receiver, Will Hodson, but it won't matter because Grapevine, again, we saw this last week. Coach talked about it in his pregame interview. Too many penalties. They've got to be disciplined on the hard counts.
Absolutely. Last week we saw Devin Thomas, number 99, jump off a few times. Devin's not in the game currently, so it wasn't him.
Yeah, they had 2 players jump in the neutral zone that time.
Exactly. Right in the middle of that defense. Jumped a little bit early. Free play. Good coverage on the back end, thankfully.
Jacob Robinson passing on the season, 3 touchdowns, but also 3 interceptions, and he's completing only 43% of his passes this year. 1st and 10. It's going to be a run by Robinson, going around the right end on QB power, and he is wrapped up pretty quickly by number 19, Leighton Towery, after only a gain of about a yard.
Good recognition, good scrape by Towery to get in there and make that tackle early because there was some blocking set up for sure.
2nd and 9 now at the 47. As Argyle, they will, as we talked about, their goal is to run tempo. Snap back, play action. Looking downfield as Robinson fires one deep down the middle of the field, and that's going to fall incomplete. And the receiver on that play, number 29, Jameel Felton, was looking for a flag, but no flag came in. It looked like the 2 players did kind of get tangled up, but it may have just been incidental contact.
Exactly, a little incidental contact there. The ball really wasn't catchable anyway.
Long yardage play now, 3rd and 9, snap back. It's going to be a handoff, and it's going to be a drop back into the backfield. Coming in to make the play initially is number 35. We talked about him in the open. Tristan Sneed shot into the backfield. His teammates cleaned it up, but Tristan Sneed's the one who made that play.
Yeah, he shot in there like a torpedo, and he deserves all the recognition that he's getting right now for plays just like that one. And so you turn the ball over, but no harm, no foul. You get the stop.
Great job on quick change defense by the Mustangs as they force another 3-and-out punt. Well, not 3-and-out, but they force a punt nonetheless. Punt team is on, rolling to the right, kick is away. This one is a high spinner. It's going out of bounds, and it will land out of bounds probably around the 29-yard line. We'll see where they mark it. Nice little coffin corner punt staying away from Parker Polk.
Yeah, you see what they did there. They motioned over number 19, their DB that had the interception a few plays earlier, Jaquan Felton. They motioned him over to give themselves 3 players on one side and then kick it kind of in Parker's direction. You can tell they're a little scared of him.
The rest of this defense, in the middle of that defensive line, is the senior Darian Doyle, number 94. Your 3 linebackers in the middle, Grant Mirabal, the captain, 6'1", 230 senior. Number 23, Hudson Immaterio, a 6'3", 200-pound junior. And number 8, Devin Owen, the junior, 6'1", 190. Snap back on first down, swing pass to Parker Polk. He makes the catch, makes a man miss. Up to the 30, out to about the 34, gain of about 5 on first down. Set up little naked, almost like a naked screen out there to the far side.
Yeah, and you love to see that. Get the ball in the Parker's hands, let him make the first man miss and get those 4 or 5 yards. A very easy extension of the run game.
The secondary for this Argyle defense, we already talked about Jaquan Felton, who made that one-handed pick on the last possession. His twin brother, Jamel Felton, is the other far side safety. Patrolling the middle is the Sam Houston State commit, number 2, Dax Harani. Your 2 cornerbacks, number 4, Colton Rockmore, and number 7, Micah Roberts. 2nd and 5 now for the Mustangs at their own 25. Snap back, handoff to Polk, looking for room and nothing there. This defensive line is going to be a problem tonight, as that time it was number 94, the nose guard, Darian Doyle, getting in there and stopping Parker, dropping him for a loss of a yard.
Yeah, this D-line, this D3, number 44, 94, and 99 are causing havoc up front. They'll have to figure that out a little bit.
Again, Michael Madry is going to be playing at Boise State next year. Riley Van Poppel is committed to go to Nebraska, and they book in number 94, Darian Doyle. 3rd and 6 now. Baum takes a shotgun snap. Fires over the middle. Pass is caught by Carradine. He's tackled immediately. Great tackle by the Argyle defense. That was number 2, Dax Harani, but a fantastic throwing catch to Rondell Carradine to move the sticks. A gain of 12 and a first down.
Yeah, and you just talked about him. Number 9, Michael Madre, who comes in. He shreds his block, and he puts his helmet in the chest of Evan Baum as he let that ball go, folks. I don't know if you were able to see that on the screen, but he took a big shot and knew it was coming.
Officially a gain of 13 out to the 46, 1st and 10. Split back, shotgun set, snap back, handoff. Nope, it's kept by Baum, and he's going to get dropped for a big loss. That was actually, that was Parker Polk. My apologies. Again, it was the option play. I got confused. I thought he handed it to I thought he handed it off up the middle to Dela Cruz, but it was even worse for the Mustangs as Parker Polk got dropped on the option for a 6-yard loss.
Yeah, he sure did. As soon as the pitch was made, just not a great job blocking on the edge there.
This defensive front right now is already a problem for Grapevine. 2nd and 16 back at the 40. Now players shift over from the left to the right. The 2 tight ends. Snap back. It's going to be, again, an option. Baum keeps it. He's going to get a yard or 2, made a man miss in the backfield. This Argyle 6-man front right now and cheating up guys in the box, they are ready for what they've seen so far off this option game, this triple option game from Grapevine.
Yeah, this defense from Argyle has come to play. We think we're going to have to see Evan Baum kind of open things up a little bit because they're certainly ready for the run and geared up to stop it.
Only a gain of a yard that time for Baum. It's going to be 3rd and long, 3rd and 15 for Grapevine at the 41-yard line.
Not where they like to be, Jacob.
Just under 4 minutes to go here in the first quarter. No score here at Mustang Panther Stadium. Carradine coming in motion. Snap back. It's going to be a handoff to Dela Cruz, and he's going to get some yardage out across the 45. That's where they'll mark him down. So a gain of 4, but the Mustangs are going to have to punt. This Grapevine, watching this Argyle defense, they are attacking. They're filling gaps. That defensive line with 2 D1 commits is causing problems. The linebackers are cheating up. You're seeing Dax Harani come up a little bit and play this run as well. Yeah, Mustang's going to have to make some adjustments up front.
The offensive line is certainly struggling, but they'll get that worked out.
Snap back, and the punt is a low one, and it rolls inside the 20, and it's covered. It may have hit an Argyle player, but I don't think the Mustangs noticed it. And very heads-up play by Jamel Felton. He wasn't sure, but he ran up there and covered it just in case. That punt that time was by Hackbarth, I believe, who came in to punt that ball away.
Yeah, I like what they did there. I mean, the whole thing for Grapevine in that instance is try to change field position, which they have successfully been able to do. So neither offense able to get on track quite yet. 36-yard punt, but Argyle takes over at their 19. Shotgun snap back, handoff coming around the left side, and not much room there. It's going to be a gain of about 2 or 3 yards. Tristan Sneed on the tackle. First carry tonight for R.J. Bunnell. Bunnell, the leading rusher on this Argyle team. 46 carries, 347 yards, and 6 touchdowns, averaging 7.5 yards a carry. Second down, snap back, handoff again, up the middle. Room to go this time. Bunnell, as the offensive line for Argyle just collapsed the right side, and he went right off the right tackle's rear end and gained 6 yards. 3rd and 1 at the 28. Snap back, another handoff to Bunnell. He's in the second level. Flag is down, breaking a tackle, and then finally Major Heck brings him down at the 35, but this may be coming back. Drew Nelson got caught up there. He was in the backfield pretty quickly, but had his eye on the quarterback, and then he kind of slipped when he went towards the running back after the handoff was made, but he was clearly looking for the option play.
This is coming back as that flag was dropped right at the snap, so it may be an illegal formation here. We'll see what the call is. But the line judge on the far side dropped that flag immediately.
You know, for all the talking we did about the offenses coming into this one, we're seeing a little bit of a defensive shootout right now.
Both defenses have come to play early, and they are really giving problems to the opposing offense. It was an illegal formation call there against Argyle, so that backs it up 5 yards back to the 23 to set up a 3rd and 6.
Oh, they got the stack down here.
And now we got encroachment again with the hard count. We talked about this. Last week it was a problem for Grapevine, and we've already seen them get called twice for it, so give that 5 yards right back.
Yeah, and that's a tough deal. You had them in a 3rd and long. They haven't been very successful on those types of plays tonight, situations, and now you give it right back into a 3rd and 1 situation.
That time I believe it was Dalton Knapp that jumped into the neutral zone. Snap back, handoff up the middle. Not much yardage, but enough for a 1st down. A 3-yard gain that time for Bunnell as he's able to move the chains.
Burnell is certainly that bruiser, it looks like, as he comes in. He does lead the team in touchdowns.
Bunnell again on the handoff. Again, not much room. Going to be about a 2 or 3 yard gain before he gets brought down. As again, this Argyle defense tries to catch you on their heels and see if they can back you up.
That was a host of Grapevine defenders led by Latham Way, number 11, the leading tackler.
2nd and 7 out at the 34. Snap back, play action this time. Robinson looking to throw. Now he gets pressured and he's going to get sacked.
Wow, and Jacob, that sack was made by number 3, C.J. Holmes on the outside. He was covering the wide receiver, number 2. I don't have his name in front of me, but I'm telling you, he locked him up at the line of scrimmage. Quarterback looked that way, couldn't let the ball go, and then the sack came.
Number 2, Dax Harani is the receiver he's talking about, Tim is. But again, yeah, the secondary gets the credit. Dalton Knapp makes the sack back at the 30-yard line. But the credit for that sack on the loss of 4 goes to the secondary because the coverage was there. Snap back, another play action by Robinson. Pressured again, steps up, gets away, and he's now in the open field running out near the 40, and he's going to get up to about the 39 before he gets brought down. Nice strong run by Robinson as he made 2 men miss, one in the backfield, one in the open field before Nelson was able to bring him down, but it's short of the 1st down, and the punt team is coming back on.
That's a great job by the Grapevine defense because Robinson does average about 7 yards a carry. He hasn't used his legs much tonight, but he did there, and they're able to corral him. Oh, it's getting exciting out here. These defenses are really coming to play today.
3rd punt for Argyle. These defenses, as you said, 30 seconds to go here in the 1st quarter. This has been a quick-moving 1st quarter. This punt again toward the sideline, but it's going to be caught by Polk, and then he muffs it. Ball's on the ground, but it's covered by Grapevine inside the 15. Nice job that time by Ezekiel Brown getting back there and getting on that ball. Parker, I think, was just going to make a fair catch, but he let that one slip through his arms. But thankfully, no harm, no foul. But the Mustangs are now pinned back at their own 14.
It's a very uncharacteristic mistake by Parker Polk that we don't see very often. Now it's time, Grapevine. You feel like maybe their offense has to get on track, maybe get a couple 1st downs, start getting some confidence.
This will be probably the last play here of the 1st quarter. We're scoreless here between Grapevine and Argyle as both defenses are playing very well here early. 1st and 10, shotgun split back set. Baum will play action. No, this is Hackbarth in the game. He fires one out. It's caught by Miller. Out past the 20 to the 25, and then to and that's not where he'll go down, but it's going to be a gain of 11. We'll see if they give him, they're going to mark him at the 25. A gain of 11 and a 1st down. Great throw by Hackbarth right over the hand of an outstretched hand of a defender.
I love it when Hackbarth comes in the game cold and just fires a dart on his first play to the big tight end, Hank Miller, who had a big game a week ago. So we're going to continue that.
This 1st quarter has been brought to you by our friends at 121 Community Church. And this was a 1st quarter dominated by the defenses. We go to
121. We love our Mustang football, and we also love our students. We're so excited for an opportunity to come alongside parents and schools as we shape the next generation of leaders.
And we love to welcome you and your whole family on a Sunday morning and your students to join us on a Wednesday night.
Our students have fun while learning to love God through His Word and also love others through selfless service.
All right, enough about what we can do for you. Let's get back to the game. Go Mustangs!
There's a time and a place for everything.
As you'll see, projections for the next quarter are...
He shoots, he scores! 2 points for team middle management.
The office is not one of them.
Jack, can I see you in my office?
No pouting, it's your ball. Let's see what you got.
But Whirly Ball is. For corporate events, team building, and private parties, Whirly Ball in Hearst and Plano is electric fun. Test your skills on the arcade games. Zip around in your Whirly Bug for a Whirly Ball competition. Or play the most affordable laser tag in the city. Learn more.
Back here for the start of the second quarter as the Mustangs had the ball 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Harrison Hackbarth in at quarterback on this possession. Snap is back, option look. He keeps it, goes around the left end up to about the 27-28. This may just be a situation where Coach Alexander wants to see if Hackbarth can get the offense going. Evan Baum is standing on the sideline. Looks like he's just fine. No injury issue, but some struggles going early on in that first quarter for really the first time this season for Evan Baum.
Well, we knew coming into the season that Coach Alexander was going to use both quarterbacks here and there, and it's nice to get a little bit of a tempo change every now and then. That's what Hackbarth is bringing to the table right now.
Officially a gain of 2, 2nd and 8. Snap is back, handoff to, kept by Hackbarth. Nice pull out that time by Hackbarth. Comes around the right side and gets a solid gain out to the 33. It's a gain of 6 to set up a 3rd and short.
That's exactly what you need to do to get some momentum, is get yourself ahead of the chains and stay in that 2nd and medium, 3rd and short situation. So that's all they need right now.
3rd and 2 now for the offense as the Mustangs trying to see if they can get something going against this very stiff Argyle defense. Split back set next to Hackbarth. Handoff to Holmes, and Argyle is all over it that time. C.J. Holmes was back there with Parker Polk, a lot of speed, but the Argyle defense got into the backfield with a quickness and with a number of bodies.
Yeah, they were not fooled. They knew what was coming. They controlled their gaps well. Linebackers able to get into the creases and make no running lanes available there. That's unfortunate because they had something working, you felt like.
Punt team is back on. Leighton Towery is in punting tonight. Snap is back, and he drops the snap and just has to fall on it. And a huge break here for the Argyle Eagles as Leighton Towery just dropped the snap. It wasn't off target. He just took his eyes off of it.
Well, and curious because we haven't seen him in that position before. And so
I think he had the first punt tonight as well in there instead of Hayden Rhodes. But that time just dropped the snap, and that's going to set up Argyle inside the red zone of Grapevine. We'll see if the Mustang defense, like they did after the interception in the first quarter, can keep this Argyle offense out of the end zone.
The question is, where's Hayden Rhodes?
We saw him on the field earlier in the opening kickoff. Snap back, handoff on 1st down, room to run over the left side inside the 15. Nice tackle by Major Heck in the open field, but a good solid run that time by number 20 for Argyle, Landon Ferris, as he gets about 6 yards on 1st down.
Hey, for all you young kids that aspire to play safety that are watching this game, that's how you form tackle.
And here comes that tempo. It's Ferris again going around the left side once again. This time he's close to the 1st down. Looks like he's about a yard short. That time both those plays running over the Baylor commit, the left tackle, number 54, Wes Tucker, running to his side, comes in at 6'5", 275. 3rd and a yard here as Argyle lines it up, gets that tempo rolling. Ferris now goes in motion out to the right side. They swing the pass to him. It's caught, and he breaks a tackle, but he's still going to get knocked out of bounds. Drew Nelson's going to be mad at himself for not making the tackle, but luckily for him, his teammate Hunter Lasher was there to clean up the play, but a fantastic read by Drew Nelson. He went like a bullet to the running back, Ferris, and knocked him off balance as soon as he caught the pass. It ends up being a loss of 2 yards.
Yeah, it was a really good play. He led with that left shoulder, and you see him, Jacob, he's kind of moving his arm around. He almost laid on the field, but popped up. It was a good hit. Had he wrapped up, he would have brought him down.
Argyle's going to go for it, and I think they caught him offsides again with the hard count. The pass is in the end zone. It's incomplete, but I think the hard count got Grapevine again.
And that should be enough for a 1st down.
3rd time in this ballgame, Coach Alexander is not going to be happy. That is going to give him the 1st down. And Jacob Robinson, the senior quarterback, they watched film last week just like you're supposed to. They saw Grapevine get caught on hard counts multiple times, and they've caught Grapevine 3 times. The 2nd time tonight that it's cost Grapevine a 1st down.
Well, this is something I would imagine teams are going to start watching across the district and start doing as well a little bit.
1st and goal for the Argyle Eagles at the 5-yard line. Handoff up the middle, nothing doing. The Grapevine defense collapses it immediately. Multiple defenders in on the tackle, including number 19, Leighton Towery, as Grapevine just collapsed that entire play that time.
No, that was a great play by the entire defensive front of Grapevine.
2nd and goal now, back at the 5-yard line. Play action this time. Robinson trying to roll out and find running room, and he doesn't have it. Grapevine catches up to him. He does make one player miss and gets inside the 5. He made Major Heck miss for what would have been a loss and is able to actually get a positive of 2 yards, but that was honestly a great job by the Grapevine defense. They read it and had Robinson hemmed up, just couldn't bring him down for a loss that time.
Yeah, they strung that out very, very nicely, and that's what you're going to have to do when the quarterback takes off on a boot like that. We saw Peyton Manning score against the Dallas Cowboys back a few years on a very similar play to that.
3rd and goal from the 3-yard line now. Robinson is out of the game. The backup quarterback, John Gailey, is in under center as they kind of have a full house backfield look here. Snap back, play action, rolling to the right. The pass is low and incomplete. He had a man open that time. It was number 87, the tight end, Hunter McFall, but the pass from Gailey was low and could not be corralled by McFall, and the Mustangs are forcing a field goal attempt here.
Yeah, that's a good job by the defense to hold them when you have that unfortunate play on special teams and you give them the short field. That could have been disastrous, but they were able to hold them here to a field goal try.
Number 40, Carter Buxton, the junior, is on. He's 1 for 2 on field goals this season. Snap is back. The kick is up, and the kick is good. So the Eagles strike first as they get a 20-yard field goal to get on the board. 7:53 to go in the first half. Argyle 3, Grapevine nothing. You're listening and watching Grapevine Mustangs football on Champion Sports Radio and Tradio.
So I think one of the most important parts of dentistry is the patient education and the emphasis on preventive care. And I think our office, along with all of our hygienists, do a really great job in the patient care and patient education. We can fix problems all day long, but if the patient doesn't know what's causing those problems, then we're not giving them the tools to fix them. And so that's one of our main goals here at Field Park.
For 13 straight years, Forbes.com has named Prosperity as one of America's best banks. To Prosperity's customers and employees, thank you for helping us maintain this national distinction. Prosperity Bank, real bankers, not just a bank.
Back here for the kickoff as the Eagles take a 3-0 lead after the fumbled snap. The kickoff is caught by Pope, makes a man miss at the 15, and still dancing flag comes in. He gets wrapped up at about the 19-yard line. Nice coverage there from the Eagles.
Yeah, and usually when we see the flag like that, that's going to be a hold, blocking the back, something along those lines, which is only going to move Grapevine back and make this even tougher.
Mustangs are going to start deep in their own end. Great job by the Grapevine Mustang defense that time after the fumbled snap on the punt, setting up Argyle inside the Mustang 20. They held that Argyle offense to a field goal. And you're correct, Tim, it was a hold. It was on the far side of the field, so that's going to back it up to, we're going to see, they're going to mark this at the 10-yard line. Well, 9.5. I was going to say that's halfway, half the distance to the goal.
No easy task. Who's going to run out here at quarterback? It looks like it's Hackbarth again.
Yep, Hackbarth again. This Argyle defense has not allowed much so far from the Grapevine Mustang offense. 1st and 10, just inside the 10-yard line. They're going to go 3 wide this time with Parker Polk in the backfield. Cook coming in motion, snap back, play action. Firing deep down the middle of the field is Carradine, and it's just off his fingertips. Great throw over the top of the defense, put it right where it had to be caught, and Carradine stretched out for it, just couldn't bring it in.
So close, inches, right? Al Pacino said it. The inches we need are all around us. I'll tell you, they moved Van Poppel that time, did Argyle into the nose, and they played a little twist game where Madrid came around, and Grapevine did a really good job of protecting on that particular pass play.
2nd and 10 now. This time, a 2 H-back look, snap back, handoff to Pope. Nope, it's kept by Hackbarth. He comes over the right side. Solid gain out to near the 14, gain of about 4.5. That'll set up a 3rd and manageable, be about 3rd and we'll call it 6.
What impresses me about Argyle's defense, looking at them from up here, not only are they big, but they are fast, and they close to the ball extremely quick.
One of the reasons you might be, I think we're seeing Hackbarth out there at quarterback, and Coach Alexander talked to us about this before the season started. Hackbarth is probably the better runner of the two between he and Baum. 3rd and 6 now for the Mustangs at their own 14. Snap back, Hackbarth looking to throw. Fires it out. Pass is caught by Carradine out past the 25. Immediately tackled. Great job that time. Nice wrap-up job by number 29, Jamel Felton, the safety. But a nice throwing catch by Carradine nonetheless. His second grab of the night out at the 26. A gain of 12 and a first down.
Yeah, I really like the pass protecting. We're seeing Hackbarth with a very clean pocket and able to deliver a strike on that out route. Right in the middle of the zone, nice and open.
Mustangs now out of the shadow of their own end zone, out at the 26. 6.5 minutes to go here in the first half. Snap is back to Hackbarth on first down. Here comes the blitz. Penetration. He gets away. Now he's got some room to run. Out to the 25 and then just runs right over an Argyle defender. It's only a gain of 2, but man, that was an exciting run. And again, another great tackle by Jamel Felton. Man, these, especially these safeties for Argyle, are some impressive tacklers in the open field.
They are. Riley Van Poppel once again gets through almost untouched on that particular play. As a quarterback, there's not much you can do when you literally don't have a clock to go off.
Van Poppel, Madry, and Doyle right now causing major issues along with the linebacking core of Mirabel, Owen, and Immaterio. 2nd and 8 at the 28-yard line. Handoff to De La Cruz this time. He's going to get maybe back to the line of scrimmage before he is wrapped up. And we know how strong a runner De La Cruz is, but he's giving up he's given up a good 70, 75 pounds, maybe more to some of these defensive linemen, especially to Madry and Van Poppel.
Yeah, and that time it was Mirabal, Grant Mirabal, number 10, the leading tackler for Argyle, who comes in and just is in the hole and makes a fantastic play at the point of attack.
Mirabal, one of the captains, got 20 tackles, including 2 for loss. 3rd and 8 now. They're going to go 4 wide this time, 2 to each side. Hackbarth looking to throw, fires it. Pass is tipped and almost intercepted. Great job that time getting a hand in the passing lane by Hudson Immaterio, the number 23, the linebacker. Got a hand on that pass. Luckily, it wasn't intercepted.
No, and it could have been. It could have been. Now, luckily for Argyle, they tipped it because he had a man that they would have had the first down had that ball not got tipped at the line of scrimmage.
Leighton Towery back on to punt this time. He dropped the snap last time. And, again, this is the first time we've seen Towery punt this year. It's not Hayden Rhodes. And this one is a shank off the side of his foot. It's going to hit at the 35 and then take a roll for Argyle, and it's going to go out of bounds at the 29. So Leighton Towery, his first time punting this season, having some issues tonight. That one went off the side of his foot, and the bad bounce makes it end up being only a 1-yard punt.
Yeah, certainly not ideal right now. Special teams a real issue, and I have to wonder what's going on with Hayden Rhodes, why he isn't punting. He's down here on the sideline, and he looks healthy to me. I don't know.
Well, we saw him kick off tonight.
Yeah,
so.
This is it's definitely a question.
1st and 10 for the Eagles at the Grapevine 29. Snap back handoff going over the right side, making a man miss inside the 25, down near the 20 for number 11, R.J. Bunnell. Solid run on first down. He gets a gain of 8. 2nd and 2 now. Shotgun snap back. Again, a handoff to Bunnell. Inside the 20, going to be a first down. Going to get the yardage he needs down to the 18. Gain of 3. Both Bunnell and Ferris have had some solid runs so far in this game. Bunnell, the bigger of the two.
Certainly the bruiser. Without doubt, he's not afraid to run between those tackles.
He is the leading rusher. Snap back again. Bunnell takes the handoff going over the left side, and he is stood up by Latham Way. He's able to spin out of that tackle slightly, but a great job by Way to fight off a block and make the tackle after only a gain of 2 yards.
Yeah, that's good on good right there. We don't see too many people get out of the grasp of Latham Way. He does a little bit with a little spin, but good on good at the point of attack right there.
2nd and 8 now for the Eagles. 4 minutes to go here in the first half. Snap back, and this play is going to be stopped before it begins. We're going to have a bit of a false start here. But this is the second straight possession now that the Eagles have started in Grapevine territory. Last time after they started at the Grapevine 17, this one started at the Grapevine 29, but a false start will back it up 5 yards.
We haven't seen Argyle shoot themselves in the foot with too many penalties tonight, but I think that might be their second.
That is their second. That's correct, Tim.
So they've been very disciplined tonight.
Grapevine's only had 3. Unfortunately, 2 of them have given Argyle first downs. 2nd and 13. High snap corralled by Robinson. He's looking to throw, and now he's going to get flushed to his right, and he gets rid of the ball, but it's off target and out of bounds. The initial coverage once again was there, and as the pocket collapsed, he tried to flush out and roll to his right, and Major Heck chased him down and caused an off-target throw.
Yeah, it was a great play because Major Heck stayed home. All the flow was coming to the left. When the quarterback decides to go right, Hecht is there because he stays home. And again, C.J. Holmes, he is shut down corner on an island up at the top of the screen.
That's one of the things that Coach Alexander said they were going to have to do tonight. Snap back on 3rd down, passes up in the air over the middle and falls incomplete as multiple players were going for it. We had a collision around where the ball came down, and we have an Argyle player down. Unfortunately, man, that was a disaster waiting to happen right there as the pass over the middle from Robinson was knocked up into the air. 2 Grapevine players and an Argyle player all came in for it. Luckily, the Argyle player, number 9, Jaquan Felton, is up and off the field, but collided with one of the Grapevine defenders as they were both going for the ball.
Yeah, you could almost feel the entire stadium gasp when that ball got tipped up into the air. What's going to happen next? And then a violent collision at the end with players spinning around. That was pretty exciting.
Grapevine defense again stopping the Argyle offense in plus territory, setting up a 37-yard field goal attempt. This would be a season long for Buxton. Snap is down. The kick is up, and it is good. So Buxton connects. It was nearly blocked by C.J. Holmes, but he got it up and was on target. And it's another 3 points for the Eagles. They lead 6-0 now with 3:26 to go in the first half. You're watching Grapevine Mustangs football on Champion Sports Radio and Tradio.
Hey guys, this is Jose with Infinity Solar. Today we're out here in McKinney, Texas. 48 panels, 18.24 kilowatts, which yearly they're gonna get a total production of 20,664 kilowatts. That's more production than they need, so the electrical company will be able to give them credit for some of that energy that they're gonna be saving. Today we have the SealFab panel. It's a US manufactured, comes with a 30-year warranty, some of the best warranty in the industry right now. A job this size usually takes companies 2 days to complete. We're gonna knock it out in 1 day. So that works great for our customers. That way they don't have to worry about taking 2 days off from work. They just have to take 1 day, maybe even half a day off their job. So we'll get this customer up and going, ready for the city inspection, and get them up and going with their system.
Argyle kicks it away. It's a high kick, going to be caught by Polk, and fair caught this time at about the 7, so that'll put the Mustangs out at their own 25-yard line for this next possession. The Mustang defense is playing fantastic football tonight, as is the Argyle defense, but the Mustang special teams, unfortunately, have let them down, and the 2 mistakes on special teams have led to the 6 points for the Argyle Eagles.
Well, sometimes you overplan, and they thought going into this one they wanted to use the rugby-style kick, and that's what's keeping Hunter Rhodes not punting. But those 2 mistakes by the special teams have really caused these 6 points for Argyle.
Hackbarth still in at quarterback for the Mustangs as they go with an offset pistol here. Snap back. He's going to keep it. Speed option pitched out to the near side to Carradine. He takes it, gets around the corner, and out past the 30 to the 31. Nice solid gain on first down that time. Pitch was slightly behind Carradine, but he was able to corral it and get around that right side for a gain of 6, nearly 7. They're actually going to give him credit to the 32, so 2nd and 3 now for the Mustangs.
I love the idea of that play because what are you trying to do there? Get your fastest player the football. Get the fastest player on the field the football in his hands so he can make a play, and he does just that.
Well, and right now trying to run between the tackles has been extremely difficult for the Mustangs because of that defensive front of Argyle, so they're trying to get the speed to the corners. 2nd and 3 now, and timeout is being called as the play clock was running down. Coach Alexander is going to take it, and we'll go ahead and take a break with him. 2:41 to go here in the first half. Argyle 6, Grapevine nothing. You're listening to Mustangs football presented by Champion Sports Radio and Tradio.
Hey, Mustang fans, have you been meaning to get to the dentist and it just keeps getting pushed back to the list for tomorrow? Well, today, let me introduce you to Dr. Chip Mercer in Fielder Park Dental, where they're creating and restoring beautiful smiles. They're a full-service dental office that provides everything from your basic dental cleanings to more advanced care like implants and Invisalign orthodontics. Online at fielderparkdental.com or call 817-275-4817 for an appointment. Conveniently located in North Arlington, Dr. Mercer's a proud Mustang dad. fielderparkdental.com or call 817-275-4817.
After that timeout, teams are back on the field, about ready to get this going here. Mustangs have a 2nd and 3 at their own 32-yard line. Again with the offset pistol formation behind Hackbarth. Now your 2 tight ends shift from the right to the left. On 2nd down, snap back. It is a handoff up the middle. Room to run for Polk. Outside past the 40. Breaks a tackle into the 45. Out near midfield. What a strong run by Parker Polk. And we have a couple of Argyle Eagles down as that time Parker Polk lowered his shoulder and ran right through Jamel Felton to get all the way out to the 48-yard line for a gain of 15. But right now we've got 2 Argyle Eagles down on the field. Jamel Felton, the safety, and I believe that's number 99, Michael Madry, as the other player down for Argyle.
For being 5'7", 175 pounds, Parker Polk, woo!
I tell you what, the interesting thing is that's usually not something you see from Parker. He's a guy who tries to make you miss. That's Dela Cruz's little method of operation there. Right. He's the guy who usually runs with power, and De La Cruz that time, I guess, taking a little cue from his partner. We're going to go ahead and take a quick break as the Eagles attend to their injured players. You're listening and watching Grapevine Mustangs football on Champion Sports Radio and Tradio.
I'm Kevin Hannigan, President of Prosperity Bank. We live by our promise to provide banking services our customers need with the excellent customer service they deserve, today and into the future. That's our Prosperity Bank promise.
At 121, we love our Mustang football and we also love our students. We're so excited for an opportunity to come alongside parents and schools as we shape the next generation of leaders.
And we love to welcome you and your whole family on a Sunday morning and your students to join us on a Wednesday night.
Our students have fun while learning to love God through His Word and also love others through selfless service.
All right, enough about what we can do for you. Let's get back to the game. Go Mustangs!
The 2 players for the Eagles are being helped off the field right now. The 129, Jamel Felton, came off under his own power, but it was number 94, the nose guard for the Eagles, Darian Doyle, who is being helped off the field by the trainers. 1st and 10 for the Mustangs at their own 48 with 2:32 to go. Snap back, play action. Hackbarth fires one out. Pass is caught inside the 45, inside the 40 of Argyle. Caught that time by number 22, the 2nd tight end, Brady Wagner. Nice throw once again by Hackbarth. A good strike that time to find the open man and get the ball into Argyle territory at the 39-yard line. That's a gain of 13 yards.
Really nice combination there. Parker goes out to the flat and gets a lot of attention, right? So what happens? You run a little corner out route sort of thing, and because the linebackers are so paying attention to Parker, you're able to have a nice window to create that completion.
Coming out again in that 2 tight end formation, 1 receiver to each side, pistol behind Hackbarth. Snap is back, and it's kept by Hackbarth, and it's read immediately. Just a fantastic play by Immaterio, the outside linebacker. He read that immediately, was not fooled by the fake to Parker Polk, and just went right to Hackbarth. That's the one thing, if you're going to do some kind of a zone read, you need to make a defender commit before you pull that ball out if you're the quarterback.
Yeah, we know Evan Baum is a master of that. Hackberry, I mean, he's decent at it, but I don't think Hackbarth, he's not quite as good as Evan Baum.
He hasn't had as many reps. Loss of 4 on the play. Snap back, Hackbarth looking to throw. Deep down the middle, pass is incomplete. Nice job that time by the safety, number 19, Jaquan Felton. He met Caden Cook right as the ball arrived and was able to knock that pass down.
Good play. And I apologize to Hackbarth. I keep wanting to call you Hackenberry. I don't know why. I don't know why the berries are in my mind. So that's my fault.
Get those member berries out of your head. Third and long now. Third and long now for the Mustang offense at the Argyle 43, a minute 15 to go here in the first half. 4 wide set, 3 to one side, 1 to the other. Snap back, Hackbarth looking downfield. Drops a pass off. It's caught inside the 40. Parker makes a man miss inside the 35, the 30, and he's going to get the first down. What an effort by Parker Polk that time. He was the relief valve guy on that play. Hackbarth dumped it to him underneath. He made 2 players miss, got an extra 7 yards and moved the chains.
Well, both outside linebackers come on the blitz. The offensive line does a fantastic job of cup protection to keep Hackbarth nice and safe back there, and you're right, he dumps it off, and we know that Parker was a receiver last year, so that's a great way for him to contribute.
A gain of 15 yards on 3rd and 14 has the Mustangs now in scoring territory. They're at the 28-yard line. There's 46 seconds to go in the first half. Play has stopped.
There's a
resetting. There's a problem with the game clock, and the officials are having them put, I think, sound like a little more time back. Yep, they've moved the clock up to 57 seconds, and I'm thinking it will start on the signal to play, and there it goes. So 57 and counting. Grapevine still has 2 timeouts to go here in the first half. Shotgun snap back. Hackbarth fires it out. Pass is caught inside the 15 by Sammy Kelly and down to the 14-yard line. Just a quick slant from the wide side by Sammy Kelly. Second leading receiver on the team moves the chains as they get it down to the 14, a gain of 14 yards. Lining up quickly are the Mustangs. Snap back to Hackbarth, firing, going for it all into the end zone. It is caught for a touchdown. Sammy Kelly, like he did last week, going up above the defender, making the grab, and the Mustangs have tied it up on the 14-yard strike from Harrison Hackbarth to Sammy Kelly, his 3rd touchdown grab of the season.
Look, you can't defend the perfect pass, and that's exactly what that was. He catches the ball, he gets to his back foot, he lets the fade rip to the back pylon. What a job by Sammy Kelly to bring that in, but a perfect throw.
Hackbarth dropped it right over the top of the defender, number 4, Colton Rockmore, the 5'10", 170-pound junior. Hayden Rhodes on for the extra point. Snap is down, kick is up, and the kick is good. So with 34 seconds to go in the first half, the Mustangs have taken the lead. They lead Argyle 7-6. You're watching Grapevine Mustangs football, presented by Champion Sports Radio and Tradio.
Hey, Mustang fans, have you been meaning to get to the dentist and it just keeps getting pushed back to the list for tomorrow? Well, today, let me introduce you to Dr. Chip Mercer in Fielder Park Dental, where they're creating and restoring beautiful smiles. They're a full-service dental office that provides everything from your basic dental cleanings to more advanced care like implants and Invisalign orthodontics. Online at fielderparkdental.com or call 817-275-4817 for an appointment. Conveniently located in North Arlington, Dr. Mercer's a proud Mustang dad. Fielderparkdental.com or call 817-275-4817.
This crowd for the Grapevine Mustangs is live now as the Mustangs have taken their first lead of the ball game. The Mustangs take the lead on a 14-yard touchdown pass from Harrison Hackbarth to Sammy Kelly. That is Kelly's team-leading 3rd touchdown of the season to give the Mustangs the lead. That capped off a drive of, 75 yards on that touchdown drive.
Great drive by Hackbarth. He made some key throws on that. And
made some great throws.
Parker Polk with the Parker punch, running guys over, catching the ball in the middle of the field.
Kickoff is away from Hayden Rhodes. It's going to be fair caught at the 2-yard line. So the Eagles will take over this next possession at their own 25. They have I believe they have their full complement of timeouts. So 3 timeouts to work with, 34 seconds to go here in the first half as they trail for the first time tonight as the Mustangs have a 7-6 lead. I tell you what, this has been a defensive struggle, but it's been an exciting game so far as these 2 teams are really going at it.
Yeah, and this is where I've seen Grapevine take advantage of teams that try to make something happen with not a lot of time left, who haven't been very productive throughout the first half. As Argyle. So if Argyle takes a shot here, this could be a great time for Grapevine to get that big turnover they've been looking for.
Snap back on first down, a quick throw, bubble screen out to the right side. Nothing doing as they have the receiver in jail. That was number 19 for Argyle, Jaquan Felton, who's also a starting safety. They tried to see if they could get him loose on the far side of the field, but Grapevine was all over it, and they knock him out of bounds at the 25 at the line of scrimmage.
It looked like number 25, Hunter Lasher, the freak position, came up to clean that up and make sure there were 0 yards to be had. 2nd and 10
now. They actually give him credit for a yard on the catch. Pass out to the far side, near side. It's caught and dropped at the 40. That's a big gain of about 14 yards. Caught that time by number 5, Will Hodson, the junior wide receiver, the leading wide receiver on this team. And now the first timeout is going to be used by Argyle with 19 seconds. The clock stopped on the first down, but there's just not enough time to let the clock start up. That time it looked like Grapevine was kind of dropping back a little bit and let the man Hodson catch the ball kind of in a short zone.
Sure, and they'll do that. With 19 seconds left, they still need a good 30, 35 yards to be in field goal range, although they do have a good kicker. We've seen that tonight.
Yeah, we've seen the kicker tonight, number 40, Carter Buxton. He's hit 2 and has hit a season long tonight, hit a 37-yarder on the last possession for Argyle, but you can tell he's got a strong leg by the distance he's gotten on the 2 field goals he's kicked so far.
Yeah, sitting here at the 40-yard line, they need to get to about the Grapevine 25 to have a legitimate shot at that field goal. 2 timeouts and 20 seconds to go.
Yeah, 20 seconds left to go here in the first half.
Not 34.
20 seconds to go here in the first half. Still in timeout. Argyle now breaking their huddle.
Well, obviously, they're still thinking about getting into some sort of scoring range, scoring opportunity here.
Yeah, there's enough time to run about 3 or 4 plays. You've still got 2 timeouts left. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line. Trips right, single receiver left, snap back. Pass is out to the near side. It's caught. Nope, incomplete. Great job that time by Tyler Mears to break up the pass to Will Hodson as everyone was dropped back in like levels of zones. As that time they brought in John Gailey under center. They played both quarterbacks tonight.
They sure have.
Has Argyle. Argyle, you know, they want to pass on their schedule, not yours, and that's why we've kind of seen their passing numbers are a bit inefficient.
Had Tyler Mears been looking, he might have intercepted that.
2nd down, pass by Gailey, deep up the far sideline. Pass is incomplete, out of bounds. Little short on the pass. They did have a man open on that far side. It was number 29, Jamel Felton. He was open on the far sideline, but that pass from Gailey sailed, and even though he went up to make the grab, it was out of bounds when he caught it. Nice job that time of recovering by number 3, C.J. Holmes.
Yeah, C.J. was caught at the hash mark there. That was a really strong throw by the quarterback coming in cold off the bench. We've seen him a couple other times tonight.
Only 7 seconds to go now in the first half. 3rd and 10 at the 40. Still timeouts to work, so they could go over the middle. Snap back, Gailey into throw. He's going to fire deep over the middle, and it's high and incomplete.
They almost had that turnover there that we
almost
talked about with C.J. Holmes. He's going to get him one tonight if they keep trying to go after him.
Jaquan Felton went up. The pass was a little behind him, and he got a hand on it, but that's all he could get was one hand, and that pass falls incomplete. It's now 4th down, but there's only 2 seconds, so Argyle can still go for the Hail Mary here. Why not?
Why not? You've got a cannon for an arm in number 12, so why not get out there? John Gailey, he seems to be more of their passing quarterback.
Grapevine now starting to drop guys back deep here on this 4th down play. Handoff on 4th down, and they're just going to take the safe route and get the run, but room to go in the open field, and then finally brought down by C.J. Holmes. A nice gain of about 15 yards that time by number 20, Landon Ferris, before he got brought down. But the Mustangs had a little bit of skirmish there between guys at middle of the field, but no flags come of it. Referees break it up, but we do go to the half, and the Mustangs have the lead. They lead the top-ranked Argyle Eagles by a score of 7-6. Coming up, we will have the Prosperity Bank halftime show for you. You are watching Grapevine Mustangs football, presented by Champion Sports Radio and Tradio.
Do you feel your home is too humid and slightly musty? Do you have that room or side of the house you don't use because it's too hot or too cold? Do you have family members struggling with health issues or allergies? Then contact Energy Attic and transform your living spaces by transforming your attic. Energy Attic uses a 3-part energy reduction system to make your home or office as comfortable and energy efficient as possible, saving you money, reducing your carbon footprint, and improving indoor air quality. Who doesn't want to save money, breathe cleaner air, and sleep better? Energy Attic helps improve your home climate control, reduces those cold and hot pockets, makes it more comfortable throughout, and saves you up to 40% on your energy bill. It's fast and easy to schedule your free Energy Attic audit. Simply visit energyattic.com and fill out the form. Virtual appointments are available as well. Now is the time to get your project started, so let Energy Attic show you how much you can love the comfort of your home. energyattic.com. Attic solutions to transform your life.
I'm Kevin Hannigan, President of Prosperity Bank. We live by our promise to provide banking services our customers need with the excellent customer service they deserve, today and into the future. That's our Prosperity Bank promise.
Living in North Texas provides all of us with an amazing quality of life, including an affordable cost of living, outstanding schools, unbelievable cultural opportunities, and the best sports around. But we also have to put up with severe storms. Hi folks, Champion Sports Radio President and Founder Thomas Lee here to tell you when a hail or windstorm comes through your neighborhood, do what we did and call Greenleaf Roofing. Greenleaf Roofing is a fully insured, locally owned and operated company built on the values of amazing craftsmanship, affordable options, and innovative solutions. And they are proud that those values still stand as a foundation for their business today. And did I mention Greenleaf Roofing has 24-hour emergency service available? It's nice to know Greenleaf Roofing will be there in a hurry if you need them. After the first experience, I became a customer for life and have used them on 3 different homes. But don't just take my word for it. Learn about the Greenleaf Roofing difference yourself by calling them at 972-379-9109 or go online to greenleaf-roofing.com to find out how you can get your free quote. Greenleaf Roofing, the #1 choice for all your roofing needs.
Welcome back to Mustang Panther Stadium, where your halftime score is the Grapevine Mustangs leading the Argyle Eagles by a score of 7-6. This is the Prosperity Bank halftime show. Jacob Dedamore here along with Tim Smith, and as the Argyle Eagle drill team and band do their halftime show, we've got a special presentation for you tonight, as this is National Giving Day in the state of Texas, and one of our sponsors, livingforzachary.org, is asking for your help. For too many young hearts, the clock is running down. Sudden cardiac arrest claims the lives of thousands of youth each year in the United States, leaving families devastated as they pick up the pieces. Together we have the power to change that. From now through September 22nd, Living for Zachary invites you to get in the huddle during our biggest North Texas Giving Day celebration yet. For 13 years, Living for Zachary has been working to defeat sudden cardiac arrest in North Texas and give our children's hearts a second chance through youth heart screenings, AED donations, CPR training, education, and more. As our programs have expanded rapidly over the last several years, our team has grown to thousands of passionate Texans who are ready to stand up and fight for young hearts. But in order to touch unreached hearts in new communities, we need you on our team. Join us to spread the mission far and wide this North Texas Giving Day. Early giving began on September 1st and continues through September 22nd this year. Living for Zachary is aiming to raise $40,000 in support of the fight against SCA in youth. Are you on the team? Get in the huddle at livingforzachary.org today by visiting northtexasgivingday.org and searching Living for Zachary to give your gift, or visit livingforzachary.org to learn more about how you can get involved and save young lives.
I'm Kevin Hannigan, President of Prosperity Bank. We live by our promise to provide banking services our customers need with the excellent customer service they deserve, today and into the future. That's our Prosperity Bank promise.
Here at Fielder Park Dental, relieving dental anxiety is the objective of our entire office staff. It starts from the person that answers their very initial call, all the way through to the doctor that's providing treatment. A warm, friendly voice that's patient-centered, focused on what the patient's concerns are, is the very first place that we try to alleviate anxiety. All the way through to when the patient arrives, we have taken very good care of welcoming them and then bringing them out and making them feel like they're a part of the family. Because in this office, they actually are once they're here. And so when they come back to the back of the office, to the treatment chairs, their anxiety level is already lower. Now, when I walk in the room, I understand it goes up a little bit, but then I try to use a friendly tone with them and try to help them feel like they're in control. They can say stop at any point. To me, it's more relational than it is any small little pill we can give them or nitrous oxide. We can do those things, but to me, we can lower that anxiety level way before we ever get to that.
There's a time and a place for everything.
As you'll see, projections for the next quarter are...
He shoots, he scores! 2 points for team middle management.
The office is not one of them.
Jack, can I see you in my office?
No pouting, it's your ball. Let's see what you got.
But Whirly Ball is. For corporate events, team building, and private parties, Whirly Ball in Hearst and Plano is electric fun. Test your skills on the arcade games. Zip around in your Whirly Bug for a Whirly Ball competition. Or play the most affordable laser tag in the city. Learn more at whirlyball.info.
Lean in to the values that got you here. They don't change, no matter the storm, no matter the trouble. When the time comes to sell your vehicle, we'll buy it for full market value, not a penny less. That's pricing true to Texas. It's the right way. This is Texas. This is classic. True market value for your vehicle. Classic Chevrolet. Relax and enjoy the difference.
For 13 straight years, Forbes.com has named Prosperity as one of America's best banks. To Prosperity's customers and employees, thank you for helping us maintain this national distinction. Prosperity Bank. Real bankers, not just a bank.
There's a time and a place for everything.
As you'll see, projections for the next quarter are...
He shoots, he scores! 2 points for team middle management.
The office is not one of them.
Jack, can I see you in my office?
No pouting, it's your ball. Let's see what you got.
But Whirly Ball is. For corporate events, team building, and private parties, Whirly Ball in Hearst and Plano is electric fun. Test your skills on the arcade games. Zip around in your Whirly Bug for a Whirly Ball competition. Or play the most affordable laser tag in the city. Learn more at whirlyball.info.
I'm Kevin Hannigan, President of Prosperity Bank. We live by our promise to provide banking services our customers need with the excellent customer service they deserve, today and into the future. That's our Prosperity Bank.
Mustang football, and we also love our students. We're so excited for an opportunity to come alongside parents and schools as we shape the next generation of leaders.
And we love to welcome you and your whole family on a Sunday morning and your students to join us on a Wednesday night.
Our students have fun while learning to love God through His Word and also love others through selfless service.
All right, enough about what we can do for you. Let's get back to the game. Go Mustangs!
Hey guys, this is Jose with Infinity Solar. Today we're out here in McKinney, Texas. 48 panels, 18.24 kilowatts, which yearly they're going to get a total production of 20,664 kilowatts. That's more production than they need, so the electrical company will be able to give them credit for some of that energy that they're going to be saving. Today we have the SilFab panel. It's a US manufacturer, comes with a 30-year warranty, some of the best warranties in the industry right now. A job this size usually takes companies 2 days to complete. We're going to knock it out in 1 day. So that works great for our customers. That way they don't have to worry about taking 2 days off from work. They just have to take 1 day, maybe even half a day off their job. So we'll get this customer up and going, ready for the city inspection, and get them up and going with their system.
Texas provides all of us with an amazing quality of life, including an affordable cost of living, outstanding schools, unbelievable cultural opportunities, and the best sports around. But we also have to put up with severe storms. Hi folks, Champion Sports Radio President and Founder Thomas Lee here to tell you when a hail or windstorm comes through your neighborhood, do what we did and call Greenleaf Roofing. Greenleaf Roofing is a fully insured, locally owned and operated company built on the values of amazing craftsmanship, affordable options, and innovative solutions. And they are proud that those values still stand as a foundation for their business today. And did I mention Greenleaf Roofing has 24-hour emergency service available? It's nice to know Greenleaf Roofing will be there in a hurry if you need them. After the first experience, I became a customer for life and have used them on 3 different homes. But don't just take my word for it. Learn about the Greenleaf Roofing difference yourself by calling them at 972-379-9109 or go online to greenleaf-roofing.com to find out how you can get your free quote. Greenleaf Roofing, the #1 choice for all your roofing needs.
Welcome back to Mustang Panther Stadium. The Argyle Eagle Band finishing up their halftime routine. Your halftime score here, the Prosperity Bank halftime show, Grapevine 7, Argyle 6. And Tim, what we saw in that first half was defenses being on their game.
Yeah, certainly coming into this one, we talked a lot about the offenses and the firepower and the running backs, and then the defenses come out, and they absolutely showed out. Both defenses did their thing. Now, I would say at the end of there, Grapevine had probably the best drive of the game. They looked really solid as they come on down and they get that touchdown right before half, which we've seen them do a lot. So good for them to get that touchdown before the half. But you're right, defenses have ruled the day so far.
You know, it's been an interesting thing. You know, the 6 points that Argyle has scored has been set up by Grapevine mistakes. You had the 2 mistakes on special teams on back-to-back punts that set up Grapevine in plus territory, once inside the 20, once inside the 30. But the Grapevine defense stood up and held the Argyle offense to field goals. Argyle has had some success. We'll go over the stats here later in the half, but Argyle has had some success running the football, but their passing game has been non-existent. On the other side, it's been the Grapevine passing attack that has had success because this defensive front of
Argyle is speed. We know that the 3 guys up front have a lot of size, but we're seeing a lot of speed.
Size on the line and speed at the linebackers.
Speed. And so what I like about Grapevine is they adjust on the fly very well. Coach Bob DeBest, coming from the college ranks, knows what it means to adjust in game, and he's been done that throughout these first couple of games. So I love the fact that Harrison Hackbarth, number 14, the junior quarterback, comes in the game for kind of a change of pace and then just goes off on that final drive and throws the touchdown.
The other thing we've seen then is this has been a pretty clean game so far. The abundance of penalties that we saw last week from Grapevine really has been cleaned up. We do still have had the one issue in the first half of getting drawn off sides on the hard count. But other than that, it's been a clean game. There's only been 6 penalties between the 2 teams so far.
Yeah, and 2 out of the 3 hard counts have gotten first downs for Argyle. So, 3 first downs there. You got to get rid of those. Those pre-play penalties from the defensive perspective have to be cleaned up and go away.
Right now we're going to take you down to the field as the Phillies. It looks like a father-daughter dance tonight for the Grapevine Phillies. We're going to take you down to let you catch some of the sights and sounds of halftime at Texas High School football. This is the Prosperity Bank halftime show on Champion Sports Radio and Tradio.
accommodations while we take care of a technical issue.
Back here at the Prosperity Bank halftime show, the Grapevine Mustang Marching Band just finishing up their halftime routine. The Mustangs lead the Argyle Eagles by a score of 7-6. And Tim, this is not the game we expected tonight, is it?
No, but it's been a lot of fun. You gotta love the old slobber knocker defensive struggle, and that's what we've seen so far here tonight.
The two teams combined have less than 200 yards of total offense. Argyle only with 55. Grapevine only has 121, and 75 of that came on their drive right at the end of the half that gave them the 7-6 lead. Both of these teams' defensive fronts have been wreaking havoc on the opposing team. The Argyle offense has not had a sustained drive, but they started 2 possessions in Grapevine territory, which helped lead to their 6 points put on the board tonight. Their run game has had a little bit of traction, but not a lot. Passing game has been completely shut down.
Yeah, Grapevine's defense has come in with a plan, and they have executed that plan as Argyle. The story in this one in the second half is going to come down to the coaches. Can Coach Bob DeBest, the offensive genius that coaches the offensive team for Grapevine, can he make the right adjustments in the second half? He did a good job in the second quarter with Hackbarth coming in and that, like you said, that 75-yard drive and really put it up in the air. So we're going to see what the adjustments were made at halftime. I'm excited to see the third quarter.
Harrison Hackbarth came in for Evan Baum and was able to kind of get the offense started going. He's a little bit better runner than Evan Baum is. We were told that at the beginning of this evening, even though Evan Baum has been quite good. Hackbarth is a little bit more of the willing runner, but he got it going with the passing game, especially on that last drive.
All right, well, it's going to be a great second half. We're looking forward to see. We don't know which quarterback is going to come out, but either way it goes, I think Grapevine is poised for a strong second half.
And now we'll take you back down to the field as the second half is about to get underway. The Mustangs are going to have the ball to start the second half as Grapevine started off on defense tonight. So the Mustangs will have the opportunity to see if they can expand on their lead. And Carter Buxton ready to kick it away. He boots a line drive. It's going to be caught by Polk at the 3, and it'll be returned up to the 15, to the 20, and then out just past the 25. And the Mustangs will start at their own 27-yard line after the 24-yard return from Parker Polk. Harrison Hackbarth in the first half was 6 of 9 passing for 79 yards and the lone touchdown. Evan Baum, when he was in the game, just really couldn't get the offense on track. He did go 3 of 4 through the air for 75 yards, but had the one interception, but it was an amazing interception.
A one-handed
pick right on the sideline by number 19, Jaquan Felton. So 1st and 10, shotgun split back set. It's going to be a handoff to Dela Cruz. He's got room up the middle, across the 30, out to the 35-yard line. A gain of 8 on first down for Dela Cruz. One of the better middle inside runs we've seen tonight for Grapevine.
Yeah, Dela Cruz, he is a load, and I think that might be one of his first carries of the game, if not his first. So it's nice to see him get involved. And you know that when he gets in between the tackles, he's going to hit the hole hard and hit it fast.
To tell you the struggles of the Grapevine offense running the ball, Parker Polk only had 12 yards on 5 carries. Harrison Hackbarth had 10 yards on 5 carries, and they were the 2 leading rushers. 2nd and 2. Offset pistol formation now for the Mustangs. Wagner going in motion from the right to the left. Snap is back. It's going to be another handoff to Dela Cruz, but this time the defensive front just collapses it as number 99, Michael Madry, and the linebacker number 25, Bud Petter, wrap up Dela Cruz at the line of scrimmage, setting up 3rd and 2.
Yeah, Madry, he just is a grown man down in those trenches. He is not going to let anything get past him. He grabs Dela Cruz and makes the easy tackle right there. Whew,
we've seen now
huge
because of the Big Tim, because of the injury to Darian Doyle, Riley Van Poppels moved down to the nose guard position. 3rd and 2 now for the Mustangs. 2 tight ends in the game, power formation with the offset pistol. Snap is back. It is a handoff up the middle. Polk's got room into the open field to the 40, to midfield. He turns on the Jets inside the 40, the 30, and brought down from behind. Huge run, biggest gain of the night on the ground for the Mustangs as they get it into Argyle territory at the 26.
And Brady Wagner, number 22, Brady Wagner, number 22, he comes around and makes a fantastic block on Madry and opens up that hole for Parker to squeak through. And then Parker uses that speed around the corner that we love to watch every single week.
39 yards on the carry by Polk. 1st and 10 for the Mustangs at the Eagle 26. We're 2 minutes into the second half. Shotgun split back set this time with 2 tight ends lined up on the right side. Snap is back. Dela Cruz takes it, and he's going to get blasted in the backfield this time as coming in to make the tackle is the reserve defensive end, number 41, Hunter Sandifer, the 5'10", 200-pound senior. Got through a gap into the backfield and dropped De La Cruz for a loss of 3.
Just nowhere to go. As a running back, you get the ball in your hands, and there's a defender right in the gap.
They tried to get a little tricky that time, ran away from the strong side of the formation, see if they could catch Argyle overshifting, but that Argyle defensive front has been on it all night long. 2nd and 13 now for the Mustangs. This time they'll spread it out. 3 receivers, 2 to each, 2 receivers to the right, single receiver left with a split back shotgun set. Hackbarth takes the snap, rolls, and the pass is batted down. He was trying to see if he could get a little naked screen out to Parker Polk, who released out of the backfield, but that pass was batted away by the defender coming in on the blitz. I believe that was number 25, the linebacker again, Bud Petter.
And I'm not sure that wasn't a little bit of a Mickey Mouse play, because Sammy Kelly was in the end zone doing jumping jacks and was jumping up and down, looked a little frustrated that the ball wasn't able to get out to him.
Yeah, Hackbarth had to get rid of that pass quick because of the blitz that time by Petter. Bud Petter, the 5'10", 180-pound junior, sets up a 3rd and long now from the 29-yard line. 4 wide set, 3 to the right, single receiver left. 3rd and 13. Snap back, Hackbarth looking downfield. Fires one, the pass is caught by Carradine at the 21-yard line. No, they say it's incomplete. The pass skipped in. That's unfortunate. That would have been a gain of 8 yards and would have set up a good field goal attempt there, but Carradine not able to scoop that one off the turf as that throw from Hackbarth came in low.
Yeah, and Hackbarth had quite a bit of pressure in his face on that one, so that was going to be a really tough completion as it was, and it's a shame because he had a man open, but that offensive line just had a little bit of a leak in it.
So the drive stalls after the long run by Parker Polk. It's going to set up a long field goal attempt for Hayden Rhodes of 46 yards. And time is called. The play clock was running down at the snap. I tell you what, Rhodes hit it, but Coach Alexander called timeout because it took them. They had a late man run onto the field for the field goal team, and that delayed things. And Coach Alexander didn't want to get the penalty, so he called the timeout right before the snap. And Hayden Rhodes booted it, but hey, just do it again.
Yeah, I mean, that's a practice kick, I suppose.
Exactly.
But you've essentially tried to freeze your own kicker here, so. We got to get better on our substitution packages so Coach doesn't have to call a timeout there. But I trust that they're going to go ahead and make this second kick.
This would be a season long for Hayden Rhodes. This is going to be a 46-yard attempt as he tries to put the Mustangs up by 4 here. 9:01 to go in the third quarter. Mustangs leading Argyle by a score of 7-6. Give Argyle credit for standing up and shutting down that Grapevine offense when they got into the scoring territory.
They sure did. I thought when Parker hit that big corner run that they were going to be able to get some momentum and carry that through to finish the drive off. But good job by the defense. And now the last kick had about 7 or 8 yards of extra distance. So we'll see what we do here.
Tate Scarborough, number 80, on the hold. The short snapper is number 60, Holden Brown. Snap is down. Kick is up. It's got the distance. It is no good.
Looked like just wide to the right. Plenty of
looked
distance.
like he pushed it just a little too far. He's on the far hash. Had to push it in, and looked like he pushed it a little too far wide right. And so the kick is no good. Long field goal. Good distance by Rhodes. Just couldn't get it inside the upright. And the Argyle Eagles now take over at their own 29-yard line. Thank you to Dylan Olson and Infinity Solar USA. Homeowners, have you ever considered owning your own power by going solar? Then contact Infinity Solar USA, a locally owned and operated company who helps thousands of homeowners become their own power company by going solar. 1st and 10, snap back, handoff, going over the right side, over the 30 to about the 32, a gain of 3 for the running back, number 11, R.J. Bunnell. He led the team in rushing, 8 carries for 28 yards in the first half, and we have a flag down about the spot where the tackle is made. Let's see what this call is. It came in right at the end. You hope it's not a face mask. A lot of times that's the penalty you get inside that area.
Here comes.
And we have an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty called against Grapevine. Wow. Okay. I didn't see anything happening around the pile up at the end, but something happened. And Grapevine just got flagged for unsportsmanlike conduct, 15 yards in the first down. On that play, number 35, Tristan Sneed came off the field with a bit of a limp.
Yeah, important to note. I was going to say that as well. He did have a limp.
R.J. Bunnell takes the handoff again, makes a man miss with some good acceleration and shifty moves, and gets the ball into Grapevine territory at the 46-yard line, a gain of 7, and here comes the tempo.
We haven't seen any of Landon Ferris tonight for Argyle. Very surprising.
Snap back, R.J. Bunnell takes it again. Only 2 yards this time at the 44 to be third and short, third and yard. We have seen Ferris a few times tonight.
Earlier.
He does have 4 carries for 13 yards, but Bunnell has been far more effective. Third and short now. Snap is back. Delayed handoff and up the middle, and just getting enough is Bunnell as he powered his way over the line of scrimmage and gets it to the 42. Only needed a yard and got 2. Actually, they're going to give him credit to the 41. So give him 3 yards on a first down. And this is the first time tonight we've seen some sustained movement on offense from Argyle. First and 10. Snap is back. Bunnell with the handoff. Gets through into the open field. Inside the 40. Here comes a flag. We're going to have a hold, and he loses his footing, does Bunnell. But it wouldn't have mattered, as a lot of this run's going to come back, as we had a downfield hold on one of the wide receivers for Argyle.
Yeah, I'm going to let you know right off the bat, Jacob, offense can't tackle. And that time, number 5, the receiver, Jamal Felton. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I'm
Will
wrong on that.
Hodson.
Will Hodson. He tackles number 12, Ezekiel Brown, who comes out with a limp after that play as well. But lesson number 1, offense can't tackle.
Yep, that flag, again, was a downfield hold. The flag came down at the 26, so it'll still be a gain of 5 yards, and it'll still be first down. So a 1st and 5 now, but it wipes out what would have been about a 20-yard run.
It's good for Grapevine, except for the injury. Hopefully it's just a little bit of an ankle tweak. He's getting some water here now.
Snap back,
Ezekiel Brown.
handoff again to Bunnell. This time goes up the middle, gets about 2 yards before he gets brought down. That time Major Hecht and Leighton Towery in on the tackle. Sets up now 2nd and 3 at the Grapevine 34. Grapevine does have 6 points on the board, but they came in on two field goals when they started, once inside the Grapevine 20 and once inside the Grapevine 30 because of special teams miscues. So this is the first time we've really seen them move the ball. And they're sticking with Bunnell. And he gets it to the open field this time. Inside the 20, the 10, the 5, and he punches it in for the touchdown.
Wow, and he's definitely more of the bruiser, but what did we see there from him? We saw a shot of speed as he hit the corner and just outrun the Grapevine defense to the pylon.
What we also saw was that big offensive line for Argyle collapse the left side behind the Baylor commit. Wes Tucker at left tackle at 6'5", 275. Opened up a hole. Bunnell just had to step out of a couple of arm tackles, and he was able to punch it into the end zone this time from 36 yards out.
And Bunnell was that whole
out.
drive. He was that entire drive, and
they saw Bunnell was having some effectiveness, and they decided to ride him on that possession.
Yeah, I mean, he was good in the first half, but that time he definitely broke through, and you think they're starting to wear on that Grapevine D-line a little bit.
Now the Eagles are going to go for 2 as they lead 12-7 here with 6:57 to go. They're going to line up, try and go for 2 here. Rolling right is Robinson on the snap. Now he's looking back to his left. He fires it towards the back of the end zone. That pass is incomplete through the hands of the tight end, Hunter McFall. He had him. They did a little misdirection play. Rolled right, threw back left. McFall was open, and the pass went through his hands. No good.
Very catchable ball. You have to catch that. That ball went right through his hands. He's going to think about that later on this evening. He needs to catch that.
The Eagles take a 12-7 lead. You are listening to Grapevine Mustangs football on Champion Sports Radio and Tradio.
Lean in to the values that got you here. They don't change, no matter the storm, no matter the trouble. When the time comes to sell your vehicle, we'll buy it for full market value, not a penny less. That's pricing true to Texas. It's the right way. This is Texas. This is classic. True market value for your vehicle. Classic Chevrolet. Relax and enjoy the difference.
And 6 now for the Mustangs. 6:26 and counting to go here in the first half. It's 12-7 Argyle. Shotgun split back set with 3 wides. 2 to the left, 1 to the right. As they try to spread out the Eagle defense. Carradine comes in motion. Snap back, speed option for Hackbarth. He pitches it out to Polk, and he's going to get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it. As again, Argyle, as they've been doing all night, just plays that extremely well. Jamel Felton that time was the one who knocked Parker Polk out of bounds, but it's the whole defense. They see it coming. They're filling their gaps. They're stringing it out, and Grapevine's just having little to no success.
Yeah, it's too much speed, and what we saw at Grapevine in the first couple weeks is with their misdirection, they were getting defenses off balance. Guys weren't staying home, and they were getting some big lanes to run through. Here tonight, Argyle is staying home. They're staying in their lanes. They're playing very disciplined defense, and they're doing a great job.
3rd and 6 now for the Mustangs. They're going to go 4 wide, 2 to each side at their own 29-yard line. Parker Polk in the backfield. Snap is back to Hackbarth, and he's going to swing it out to Polk. Oh, no, it's De La Cruz, and he drops it. They were trying again. That looked like almost a design play on a naked screen
100%.
with the 2 receivers taking their men upfield, and De La Cruz just flat dropped the ball.
Same exact play as the first play that they ran to Parker Polk, that time trying to get it to their big guy De La Cruz, and unfortunately it's just
big
a drop
guy,
ball.
quote unquote.
Yeah.
You know, the interesting thing is if he catches that, he had some room to run.
Sure.
I think he had a good shot to get that first down as the linebackers were late getting out to him, but just couldn't hang on to the pass.
Well, and I like it because you don't expect that they're going to throw him a swing pass, so a little bit of a misleading formation for Grapevine on that one. Look at this.
Leighton Towery with a much better effort on the punt this time gets the roll, and it's going to die at the 16-yard line as that time Towery executes the punt the way he has hoped he has been doing it all night and gets a great roll on top of it. And now the Argyle Eagles will start inside their own 20 at the 16-yard line.
Yeah, the first one, he dropped the snap. The second one looked like one of my shanks on the golf course. That one there was fantastic and what they were looking for all night out of him.
55 yards on the punt thanks to the roll. By far his best effort of the evening. Now the Mustangs defense needs to adjust as the Argyle offensive line and their bigger running back, R.J. Bennell, really had things going on the last possession. 5:50 to go in the first half. Snap back on first down. Handoff over the left side. Into the second level is number 20. We talked about him earlier. Number 20, Ferris, Landon Ferris, the senior.
Now
and again, they're attacking. They're going over the left side of this offensive line behind the Baylor commit, Wes Tucker. Huge run out to the 35 that time of 19 yards. It's Ferris again. Out past the 40 to the 45, another 10 yards. It's 11 technically. Nope, 10 at the 44. As back-to-back plays, 28 yards rushing, by far the 2 best runs of the night for Ferris. And here comes the tempo. They're going to line it up. They'll run it again. Here they come. This time Ferris goes up the middle, cuts back, and gets to midfield for a gain of 6. This is what this offense is designed to do. Get ahead of the chains, get you on your heels, and then line up an attack with quick succession.
That left side of this offensive line right now, Wes Tucker and Jason Crowder, they are doing an amazing job. I'm sorry, Noah Weeks.
Ferris this time takes the handoff, gets a little bit they go over the right side this time, and tackle is made by one of the kids brought up from JV this week. I'm sorry we don't have his number. It's number 54 for Grapevine. Had a few kids get brought up this week that are wearing different either JV kids or kids wearing different jerseys than we were told. And the tackle on the play made for only a gain of 2 that time for Ferris, but we have a Argyle Eagle player down. So we'll take a quick break while they attend to him. 4:40 to go in the third quarter. Argyle leading Grapevine 12-7. You're watching Grapevine Mustangs football on Champion Sports Radio and Tradio.
Lean in to the values that got you here. They don't change, no matter the storm, no matter the trouble. It's why we keep service affordable, like AC service, only $59.95. Or our oil change package, only $64.95. That's pricing true to Texas. It's the right way. This is Texas. This is classic. Classic Chevrolet. Relax and enjoy the difference.
So I think one of the most important parts of dentistry is the patient education and the emphasis on preventive care. And I think our office, along with all of our hygienists, do a really great job in
3rd down and 2, handoff for Ferris, and he gets hit in the backfield and dropped. He's going to get back to the line of scrimmage, but a great job that time by the Grapevine defense to stop that running play as Tyler Mears got into the gap and hit Ferris in the backfield and stopped him for no gain.
Yeah, and his buddy, number 11, Latham Way there to help clean it up. That guy is just everywhere, and he's not slowing down tonight.
And this is what Argyle does also. When they get around this spot in the field, they will go for it if the yardage is right. 4th and 2 at the Grapevine 48. And that'll back it up 5 yards. That time it was a pre-snap penalty against Argyle as number 65, Noah Weeks, jumped the snap. So that may force a punt, and that does. Here comes the punting unit for the Eagles.
And Jawan Felton, number 19, he took off on a go route. I think they were going to try to go after and attack C.J. Holmes again, but not able to do so when your left guard jumps off sides.
So the 5-yard penalty puts it back at the 47 of Argyle and forces the punt as the Grapevine defense stands up and is going to get the ball back. Parker Polk back to receive inside his own 20. Snap is back, rolling to the right, punt is away. It's towards the far sideline, and it's going to hit and take a roll inside the 10 and going to die at about the 5-yard line. Fantastic punt.
Terrific.
That time by number 21, Trey Baston, as he pins Grapevine at their own 5, a 48-yard kick.
That is a heck of a punt, and with an offense, Grapevine offense that's struggling, this is not the best start.
Thank
here
you.
On the 5.
Thank you to Ryan Emerson and Energy Attic. Contact Energy Attic and transform your living spaces by transforming your attic. Energy Attic helps improve your home climate control, reducing those cold and hot pockets, making it more comfortable throughout and saving you up to 40% on your energy bill. Schedule your free Energy Attic audit online at energyattic.com. Energy Attic, attic solutions to transform your life. 1st and 10 for the Mustangs, pinned at their own 5-yard line. They're going with a power set this time with both Wagner and number 18, Hank Miller, in it tight end. Handoff up the middle, little bit of room, maybe about 2-3 yards that time for Parker Polk. They're going to give him, say he was down at the 7, so a gain of 2 on 1st down.
Hey, let me tell you something. The freshman Hunter Cadell on that play, it's not going to show up for a lot, but he had himself a little breakfast, a little pancake with extra syrup on that one. First one of the night.
2nd and 8 now for the Mustangs. They sub out. They bring in Sammy Kelly at a wide receiver, and they're going to go 4 wide here. Caden Cook comes in as well. 3 wide setup. Check that. Snap back. Hackbarth looking downfield. Now he's flushed to his left. Needs to get rid of it, and he does. Gets out of the pocket and throws it out of bounds to save the down, setting up 3rd and 8.
Yeah, they just had a flood there to the short side. He had a little bit of time initially, but then here comes number 44, Riley Van Poppel, late. Forces him to just throw the ball away with nobody open downfield. Strange to see them in a huddle, isn't it?
Well, you know, Grapevine, this is what they wanted to do coming in. Their whole idea tonight was they wanted to take the air out of the ball and keep that Argyle offense on the sideline. 3rd and 8 now. 3 wide set once again for Hackbarth. Snap back. Hackbarth looking downfield. He's getting pressured. He gets away, and now he's going to get dropped.
I mean, what are you supposed to do if you're the quarterback and you get the ball snapped and all of a sudden instantly Michael Madry, who is going D1, comes in initially, throws his man to the side, and he's there right away. No chance for Hackbarth to do anything there.
The Boise State commit that time got into the backfield with a quickness and flushed Hackbarth immediately. Hackbarth tried to get away but got dropped for a 5-yard loss. Now Leighton Towery's punting back against his own goal line. He does get the punt away. Solid kick that time. It's going to be caught at the 42. Fair catch at the Grapevine 42. So still a 40-yard punt from Leighton Towery. But the Argyle Eagles are going to start in Grapevine territory for the 3rd time tonight.
Yeah, you get the feeling that Argyle is starting to get a little momentum. The field position is certainly changing. When you get the ball to your own 5 and you end up punting from your own 3, the punter's back in his own end zone. The momentum is certainly shifting over to Argyle's side. This defense for Grapevine is going to have a big stop here to stay in it.
This offensive line for Argyle has started to take control here in the third quarter. 2:25 to go here in the third quarter. This quarter brought to you by Classic Chevrolet. Snap is back on first down into the second level. Once again is Bunnell as he got tripped up. That kept him maybe from scoring, but still a big gain nonetheless of 15 yards down to the 27. This power running attack from Argyle really starting to impose its will. First and 10 at the 27, snap back immediately. Bunnell with the handoff again. Gets around the left side, gets the corner inside the 20, the 15, and gets pushed out of bounds by Hecht at the 14-yard line. It's another 13-yard gain, and this is how they beat you into submission, this Argyle attack, with a big, strong offensive line and tempo to keep so your defense can't reset.
Absolutely. I mean, this is what we thought we'd see coming into this one.
Low snap, but it's corralled. Handoff to Bunnell, and he gets past the line of scrimmage, but he's limited on the gain. Latham Way this time comes up and makes the tackle after a gain of 3. But Bunnell, the 195-pound senior, showing really good power here in this third quarter.
He's really taken over this second half, hasn't he, for the Argyle offense? It's really been all about him except on that last drive.
He and those big uglies up front have really started to take over. 2nd and 7 at the 11. Snap back again. It's Bunnell, and he's going to get maybe a yard before it gets brought down. Nice tackle that time by one of the Grapevine defenders. It's one of the young men we don't have a name for, as they've had over the last day or so, they brought up some JV kids. But a great tackle by number 54 for Grapevine, limits the gain to 2 yards, sets up a 3rd and 5 at the 9.
This blocking intricacy is so intricate, they actually had 2 guys laying on Leighton Towery on that one.
And here comes the snap, free play as they jumped off sides again. The pass is in the end zone. It's caught, but it's out of bounds. But it was a free play nonetheless. Number 2, Dax Harani made the grab, the Sam Houston State commit, but Jacob Robinson again got Grapevine to jump into the neutral zone.
I'll tell you, the play doesn't mean anything, but that was a heck of a catch, even though he was a little bit out of bounds. Wow, Sam Houston's getting a good one.
We'll see if they measure it or not. That should give a first down to Argyle, but it may be just a touch short. Let's see. They're going to say it's 3rd and less than a yard. No. I haven't seen them change the down marker yet.
First down, I think. They just haven't changed.
Okay,
there
it goes. It is 1st and goal now after Grapevine, for the 4th time tonight, gets caught on a hard count. 59 seconds to go in the third quarter. Argyle trying to extend this to a 2-score lead. And here comes Robinson around the left side, and he is absolutely hog-tied. A great tackle by Tristan Sneed that time, and a legal one. He got around the shoulder pad of the quarterback, Jacob Robinson, and pulled him down without committing a penalty. Only a gain of a yard. Great tackle by Sneed.
It is nice to see Sneed, after he went out limping a couple series ago, to come back in and be able to make such a great tackle like that.
2nd down, and this is going to be a touchdown as they immediately hand it to Bunnell, and he just basically walks into the end zone before he gets touched. And the Eagles now have a 2-score lead.
Yeah, he kind of took Tyler Mears in there with him, took him on a little ride. Oh boy, now the Grapevine offense, this fourth quarter is going to be starting here in about 28 seconds. This is almost a feeling where they have to get something going.
2nd touchdown of the night for Bunnell. Buxton on for the extra point. Snap is down. Kick is blocked. And it's going to be picked up, and it's going to be returned for 2 points.
They're not going to catch him.
No, they are not going to catch him, as Ezekiel Brown is on his horse, and he's going to take this back for a 2-point touchdown. The special teams tonight for Grapevine has given up some points. They just took some back right there. That still keeps it a 2-score game, but it brings the field goal back into play, as it's now 18-9 after the blocked extra point, and C.J. Holmes, who's come close a couple of times tonight, got his hands on that one.
Yeah, been close twice, and that time he's able to get the block. Ezekiel Brown, again, he went out in the last series with a little bit of a limp. Good to see him back, and look at that play. Once he got the balls in his hands, he was gone. No one was going to catch him. You know what, we talk about that. Speed, speed, speed.
Well, the special teams for the Mustangs get a couple of points back and keep this a 9-point ball game, which, as we said, is key because it means the Grapevine offense, while they're 2 scores down, a field goal can be one of those scores. So Ezekiel Brown with the return of about approximately 80 yards after the block by C.J. Holmes.
Sometimes you need some excitement like that to get exactly. You need to get that momentum shifted back to your side, and sometimes that one play is the best way to do it.
Now the Grapevine offense is going to have to find a way to get things going, as here in the second half, the trenches have been owned in this third quarter by Argyle. This kick is high, deep, caught at the 2, and fair caught by Polk to allow his team to start at the 25-yard line. Thank you to Nick Bass and Greenleaf Roofing for your support. Greenleaf Roofing is DFW's preferred roofing company and the official roofing company of Champion Sports Radio. Family-owned and operated, Greenleaf Roofing is the #1 choice for all your roofing needs. Residential, multifamily, commercial, storm restoration, they do it all, and they have a ton of lifelong customers. Find out why and get a free quote by visiting greenleaf-roofing.com. This third quarter brought to you by Classic Chevrolet of Grapevine. Classic Chevrolet, relax, enjoy the difference. 28 seconds to go. The Mustangs trail 18-9. 1st and 10, snap back, Hackbarth looking downfield. That's Baum back into quarterback, fires downfield for Carradine, and it's incomplete. Double coverage, and here comes a late flag. May get a penalty. Baum, I didn't see it at the start. Baum is checked back into quarterback. He was going for Rondell Carradine up the hash mark. 2 safeties were closing in on Carradine, but a flag comes in from the side judge.
I'll be interested to see what this is.
It's pass interference against the defense.
I didn't necessarily see the interference, but we'll certainly take it and be grateful for it.
May have been a grab as Carradine was trying to get loose. I didn't see it either. It must have, where the flag came thrown in, it must have happened before we saw what happened there at the end of the play. The 15-yard penalty moves it out to the 40-yard line. 1st and 10 for Grapevine. So they get a break on the blocked extra point. Now they get another break with the penalty. Baum's in at quarterback with Polk in the backfield in a 2 H-back set. Snap back, hand off to Polk. Finds a little bit of room over the 40, the 45, out to the 46, maybe the 47. Nice little bit of running that time as Polk just picked his way through the line over the left side. Gets about 6.5 yards as we're counting down. That may be the last play of the third quarter, and it looks like Grapevine is going to go ahead and take it. So the Eagles come out and establish themselves on offense and have retaken the lead. They lead the Mustangs by a score of 18-9. We go to the fourth quarter. You are watching Grapevine Mustangs football, presented by Champion Sports Radio and Tradio.
Bottle Cap Alley is a place where hot food meets a cool vibe for big-time fun. We're the stomping grounds for friends and family to gather and enjoy themselves. Here, everybody is somebody. We take great pride in our food and the people we serve. So whether you're here to watch the game or just popping in for a quick bite, we're always happy to see you.
Back for the start of the fourth quarter. The Mustangs have the ball at their own 47, 2nd and 3. Snap is back. It's a keep by Baum. He goes around there. No, it's picked up by Parker Polk, and he gets there. And he's still on his feet inside the 40. Somehow he stayed up, and he's all the way down to the 26. Polk tricked me again. I thought Baum kept that and went out to the right side, but Polk broke 2 tackles. Somehow, as he was spun to the ground, stayed on top of the player for Argyle who was tackling him and got another 10 yards all the way down to the 26 of Argyle, a 29-yard run.
Evan Baum is so good at this triple option, the way he's doing his fakes. He faked me out. I thought he had kept the ball, and then Parker Polk, scrappy.
1st and 10 for the Mustangs. This time Baum does keep it, and he is going to get wrapped up behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of a yard as both number 44, Riley Van Poppel, and number 10, Grant Mirabel, just collapsed on Baum at the 27.
No, there's nowhere to go for Evan Baum on that one. The best thing he did was just lay down on the carpet.
Seeing a replay now as Parker Polk at about the 42-yard line was wrapped up by Dax Harani, but as he was spun down, he landed on top of Harani and then just just kept the feet going. 2nd and 11 at the 27-yard line. The Mustangs need points right now in this position. 2 tight ends, 2 backs. The tight ends shift from the right to the left. Snap back, and the handoff to Holmes is dropped again for a loss. As just once again, this defensive front for Argyle has been doing this all night. They are all over this running attack for the Mustangs. Outside of 2 plays, they have just been in the back, living in the backfield.
Well, they're going to be a load for everyone that they play this year. We have 2 defensive ends that are both D1 commits, and one of the D ends can go down and play nose tackle too. You've got problems.
Loss of 3 on that play to C.J. Holmes. Sets up 3rd and long back at the 30. Shotgun split back set. Carradine comes in motion. Snap back. Hand off to Polk. He's got some room inside the 25 down to about the 23. Solid run of about 7 yards. Not close enough for the first down, but it does set up a makeable field goal attempt. Now, last time out, Rhodes had a 46-yard attempt last time they were down here and had the distance but pushed it a little bit wide to the right. This time he set up almost in the middle of the field. So this one's going to be a little bit more of a straight shot, and it's going to be a 40-yard attempt for Rhodes.
Remember, he made the first one the last time. And there was an untimely called out timeout.
So Rhodes sets up. Snap is down. The kick is up. It's on the way, and it is no good. This time he hooked it. I think I saw it go outside the near side upright. So he hooks that one wide, and that's just unfortunate. Twice tonight, Rhodes has had a chance to put points on the board, had the distance, but didn't have the accuracy. And the Argyle defense is able to, once again, keep the Mustangs off the scoreboard when they were in scoring territory. So with 9:38 to go here in the ball game, the Grapevine defense needs to stand up as Argyle will take over at their own 23. R.J. Bunnell has 102 yards and a touchdown here, and 2 touchdowns here in this second half. All of that taking place, obviously, in the third quarter. Bunnell's going to get it on first down, trying to go over the right side. Not much room. Tyler Mears does a great job of forcing him back to the inside and then making the tackle after only a gain of a yard.
And John Gailey is in at quarterback. We know that he's been the one with that extremely strong arm, getting the ball down the field vertical. You might think that they may be looking to take a shot here soon.
Gailey did check in for this possession. 2nd and 9. Snap is back. Again, the give to Bunnell. He goes up the middle, and he's into the open field, and a touchdown-saving tackle by Tyler Mears. It's going to be a first down after a gain of 12 yards for Bunnell, but it would have been much worse if Mears had not brought him down from behind.
Yeah, no reason to take a shot if you could do that.
Bunnell again with the handoff up past the 40 to the 41. It's interesting. This tempo tires out a defense but doesn't tire out an offense, because I think running backs, and you can tell me this as a coach, running backs, they get in a rhythm just like anybody else.
This is energetic for them. They're feeling, they can see the holes. The offensive line feels like they're in a rhythm. They're able to push that line of scrimmage. So this is bad news for the Grapevine defense right now.
Gain of 5 on first down there. Play action on second down here. Deep shot, going for it all. The pass is caught. A touchdown-saving tackle again, this time by Ezekiel Brown, as the play action draws up the defense, and number 5, Will Hodson, for the first time tonight, gets loose, and they go over the top on Ezekiel Brown for a huge gain down to the Mustang 13-yard line.
Yeah, and I just talked about it, right? He comes into the game, does number 12, Gailey, and he's got the strong arm.
46 yards on the catch, and now a handoff up the middle and into the end zone for the touchdown, I believe. No signal yet. They're conferring. They are going to say touchdown.
Yeah, wow.
I thought he got in. That was number 20, Landon Ferris, on a draw up the middle. And just like that, the Argyle Eagles are now up by 15 points.
Yeah, and I don't know if maybe they didn't realize that Gailey had come in. Maybe they got comfortable with that run game, but certainly was able to take advantage and hit that big pass play. And then what a run there by Landon Ferris, who I haven't seen a lot of, but he really took advantage of that opportunity.
Extra point, snap is down, kick is up, and the kick is good. 8:02 to go in the ball game. The Eagles are now up by 2 touchdowns. 25-9 is your score. You are watching Grapevine Mustangs football, presented by Champion Sports Radio and Tradio.
Bottle Cap Alley is a place where the stomping grounds for friends and family to gather and enjoy themselves. Here, everybody is somebody. We take great pride in our food and the people we serve. So whether you're here to watch the game or just popping in for a quick bite, we're always happy to see you.
Kickoff is away. It's going to be caught at the goal line. Fair catch made by Parker Polk. So the Mustangs will start on the 25-yard line, and the Mustangs offense needs to see if they can sustain something now. They've popped a couple of big runs here in this second half, but the drives have stalled after that because they just cannot keep that Argyle defensive front out of their backfield.
Yeah, I don't know what they might have to get a little creative here to start getting something going to get. I mean, they don't have a lot of time. They need a touchdown. Maybe it's time for a trick play or something to get some of their speed guys the ball quickly. I'm not really sure at this point.
1st and 10 for the Mustangs. Shotgun split back set with 2 tight ends in the game. Wagner and Hank Miller both in. They move from the left to the right. Snap back. Ball is kept by Baum on the speed option. Pitch to Polk around the right side, far side of the field, across the 30. Steps out, see where they mark it at the 33, so a gain of 8. Good solid start here on this drive by Parker Polk.
So good at the misdirection looking. He makes everything look the same. Once again had us fooled in the booth, and all of a sudden he's booting out to the right. It's got to be hard for the defenders down there, never knowing who's getting the football.
But Argyle, give them credit. They've done a pretty good job at it tonight. 2nd and 2 now at the 33. This time they go with a double H-back set. Snap back. Ball is kept again by Baum. He goes around the right side across the 40. Nice, solid, about 10 yards out to the 43, 44. They're going to say he got to the 45 before stepping out. A gain of 12 and a first down. Now a little sustained ground game here for the Mustangs as clock sits at 7:42 to go in the ball game. Mustangs still down 2 scores, but they're going to need 2 touchdowns and 2 two-point conversions to tie this thing up. 1st and 10 at the 45. Offset pistol formation with a 2 tight end look. Snap back. Again, Baum keeps it, pitches it out to Polk, makes a man miss. Now he's in the open field, inside the 40, the 35, and knocked out of bounds at about the 30-yard line. As forcing him out of bounds was a linebacker, number 42, Caden Yates, and that may have saved a touchdown. Great job again by Baum on the fake.
Yeah, and Yates, to be able to walk him down, we don't see Parker Polk get walked down from behind very often. He did have the angle, but we usually see Parker even eat up those angles. We've seen it before, so credit for being able to make that tackle, because otherwise that was a touchdown.
25 yards on the speed option. This time, 3 wide set for the Mustangs on 1st and 10 at the 30. Caden Cook goes in motion. Snap back, play action. Firing deep towards the end zone. He has a man. It's caught. Touchdown, Sammy Kelly. The play action brought the secondary up. Sammy Kelly got behind the defense, and a beautiful drop in the bucket throw from Evan Baum.
I was going to say, he dropped that in the bucket, Evan Baum. Way to come. He's been sitting for 2 quarters. He comes in and just lays it out there, and who else is going to get it but Sammy Kelly?
His 2nd touchdown catch of the night, his 4th of the season, and the Mustangs now are going to go for 2 as they're down 10 points with 7:24 to go. And now timeout. Well, if I thought it was a timeout being called, it was the official stopping play for a moment. As something, they didn't have the ball set correctly. I don't know why they put it on the left side unless that was a request, because the touchdown happened on the right side.
Yeah, I assume that they can request a particular hash for an extra point.
All right, so 2-point conversion from the 3-yard line. 7:24 to go. Snap back for Baum. He fires it out, and there comes a flag. The receiver, it was C.J. Holm. No, Parker Polk was just tackled as he tried to come out of the backfield and go out into the flat around the goal line. Parker Polk just got taken to the ground that time. by an Argyle defender.
Now, folks, defense can tackle, but they can't
Not when
tackle
the other
receivers when the ball is in the air.
Defenders can't tackle when the guy doesn't have the ball.
You got to wait just a little bit.
Yeah.
You got to be patient.
Defenders can't tackle people without the ball. That's kind of the rule. So move it half the distance to the goal, and we'll try it again. This time from the 1.5-yard line.
Now everything's in play. Everything's in play. We can hand it off. We can speed option. We can throw the fade. Do whatever we want down
They're changing formations. They're coming in with a 2 tight end, 2 running back set this time instead of a spread. Snap is back. Hand off to Polk. He picks his way forward, but he doesn't quite get there. The Argyle defense stands him up at about the half-yard line and keeps Polk from getting into the end zone. What a play by the Argyle defense.
Getting to that opening, but that time you got to give credit to the Argyle defense for standing strong.
7:24 to go, 25-15 now. Argyle with the lead. You're watching Grapevine Mustang football, presented by Champion Sports Radio and Tradio. Thank you to Steve Swanson at Whirly Ball for sponsoring this broadcast. Corporate events, team building, and private parties are more fun when you're zipping around in a Whirly Bug, and they have the most affordable laser tag in town. 2 locations to serve you, 1 in Plano and 1 in Hurst. You can visit them online at whirlyball.info for more information. This fourth quarter brought to you by our friends at Bottle Cap Alley Ice House Grill. As the Mustangs take that drive 75 yards to punch it into the end zone. Now the defense has to figure out a way to slow down this Argyle running attack.
Oh.
Ball fell off the tee. Argyle right now is playing this for a possible onside kick. They've got 8 players.
That ball has no desire to be kicked. It jumped off the tee by itself.
Now Argyle cheats up a 9th player. They've got 8 players within 15 yards of this.
There's some holes back there, Jacob.
Rhodes does boot it deep. It's a line drive kick. It's caught at the 16 and fair caught as the return man, number 6, Lane Stewart, was a little bit off balance when he caught it, so he just went down.
Yeah.
Now,
I guess.
They're talking right now to see if this was a fair catch or if he just went down to a knee, and he may have just gone down to a knee when he caught that pass, or caught that
Which is not the same
kick.
as a fair catch.
And that is what they're going to say. They're going to say he didn't make a fair catch signal. His knee went down. So he actually caught that at about the 16, 17-yard line. So a little bit of a break there for Grapevine.
That's going to cost them. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Now we got some tomfoolery.
Okay.
We're moving the ball up.
Well, the one of the officials on the far side said he saw a fair catch signal. The head linesman on the far side said he did see a fair catch signal. So move it out to the 25-yard line.
Interesting.
It would have been about an 8-yard difference.
And now they've moved it all the way to the left hash, even though he called the fair catch on the right hash.
The bottom line right now is the Grapevine defense has to figure something out because this Argyle running attack has been dominant in the second half. That's a great word. 1st and 10. Bunnell with the handoff, and he is blasted. Drew Nelson coming up from his bandit position just blasts R.J. Bunnell at the line of scrimmage. Biggest hit of the ball game for either team.
Drew Nelson just exploded through that tackle. Love to see that.
The captain cheating up.
Like you said, they have to stop the run, and that's a good way to do it. Now Argyle slowing down things
Well, they've got
bit.
a 2-score lead. There's no need for them to hurry up now.
Yeah, none at all. I was hoping they wouldn't figure that out, Jacob.
2nd and 10 at the 25 for Argyle. Snap is back. Handoff to Bunnell going over the right side, and he's got room. Out past the 30, the 35, 40, 45. Ball almost came out. It did come out, but it went out of bounds.
It did come out. I think it was Drew Nelson that stripped it.
No, well, actually, yeah, they're saying it did come out. You're right. And it went out. Luckily for Argyle, it went out of bounds at the 43-yard line. But once again, a huge hole opened up this on the left side. They keep running over that Baylor commit. Number 54, Wes Tucker.
You know what they say, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
18 more yards for R.J. Bunnell. Even though he fumbled that ball, he got lucky and the ball went out of bounds.
Now they've changed running backs. Landon Ferris in the game.
And he'll take the handoff going over the left for Ferris. Gets an 8-yard gain.
Major Hecht and Drew Nelson have been laying the lumber to folks tonight. Big run, but what a hit at the end.
2nd and 2 now as they get into Grapevine territory at the 49-yard line. 6:10 and counting to go here in the ball game. Argyle taking their time. 3 wide receivers to the right this time. Snap back, handoff to Ferris. He's got room right up the gut inside the 40 to the 39. That'll be a gain of 10 and another first down. I'm telling you, man, we knew this coming in that Argyle uses power running attack. They spread your defense out and run power right at you. Coach Alexander knew it was coming. They have the size, they have the strength up front, and in the second half, it has taken control.
Yeah, typically this is what we see from Grapevine, is take control of teams and tempo and take control of games in the second half. But tonight, you're right, Argyle is the one that is taking control.
1st and 10 at the Grapevine 39. Ferris takes another handoff. Great job, Drew Nelson, blitzing from his bandit position, comes around the end and wraps up Ferris at the line of scrimmage.
He just missed him on the last play, which was the big run, right? He just missed him that time. He timed it up a little bit better and was able to get that tackle in the backfield.
This offensive line for Argyle averages about 275 pounds.
Some big boys.
Their right tackle is the smallest of the bunch at 6'5", 260.
They grow them big in Argyle, don't they?
2nd and 10, under 5 minutes to go. This time Robinson just taking a quarterback power. He's into the open field inside the 20 and nearly breaks it into the end zone. Nelson tripped him up, but not before he got all the way down to the 17-yard line. A gain of 22. Jacob Robinson, we haven't seen him run the ball too much tonight, but that time, that was just a straight quarterback lead play around the left end.
Yeah, we haven't seen him run. He is very good with his legs. We talked about that at the top. He's got quite a bit of yards on the ground this year already. We've been able to contain him, but that time just a pure, great quarterback little sweep and found an opening and took advantage.
1st and 10 now at the Grapevine 17, 4:20 to go. Snap back, handoff to Ferris. He gets hit at the line, spins away, but he's going to get wrapped up before he only gains about a yard as Latham Way got to him. And once Latham Way gets his arms around, gets his hands on you, you're probably going down to the turf.
It's nice to see for Grapevine their stars still playing like stars, even with the time ticking away and things looking a little bleak.
Gain of only a yard for Ferris that time, but the time is what's against Grapevine in this game as we're under 4 minutes to go. And the Mustangs still trailing by 10.
Going very, very slow is Argyle at this point.
Time
no
is
reason to rush.
The time is on their side. 2nd and 9. This time Bunnell back in. He takes the handoff, gets across the line of scrimmage, but Latham Way once again making that tackle, gets to the legs of Bunnell as he crosses the line of scrimmage and brings him down after a gain of only 3.
Latham Way comes into the night as the leading tackler for the Mustangs. I don't see him relinquishing that title anytime soon.
I agree with you on that. 3rd and 6 now for the Eagles as they're at the Grapevine 13-yard line. Again, down to 3 minutes and counting. Make the tackle, but he caused the loss of yardage by getting around the feet of the quarterback Robinson and basically just throwing off the timing. It's a loss of 2.
Yeah, and he took a big block from Jason Crowder and stood strong. Crowder stood over him as if to say, I got you. And Drew Nelson stands up and says, hey, that's a tackle for loss. Thanks for your help.
He actually might end up getting credit for the tackle on that play because he did kind of trip up Robinson.
As he was getting hit, he reached out his arm and looked like he grabbed his
And
fingers.
Argyle going to go for this, and they're going to fire it into the end zone, and it's going to be, is it caught? It is. What a grab for a touchdown. As I'm trying to see who it was. 87, the tight end. Hunter McFall that time with a great leaping grab. That looked like it was about to be picked off by C.J. Holmes. And McFall with his 6'3 frame went up and just snagged it out of the air, making up for missing that 2-point conversion earlier.
He's running the corner out. C.J. is in the back corner. His guy runs a fade. He's sitting there like he's about to fair catch the interception.
He was waiting on the ball. It's like, I'm about to pick this.
Nowhere comes the big tight end and reaches up and snatches the ball. Wow, what a catch.
Extra point is blocked again, and it's picked up, and a possible return. And the ball's now out, and it's going to be fumbled and recovered, so no 2-point return this time as Drew Nelson tried to return that one all the way. C.J. Holmes with his second block extra point of the night. 31-15 is your score. 2:08 to go here in the ball game as the Mustangs are back down 16 again. We talked about them earlier. Thank you to our friends at livingforzachary.org. Since 2009, Living for Zachary has impacted thousands of families by providing heart screenings for ages 18 to 22, donating AEDs to youth-based organizations, and training community members in the use of CPR with the goal of saving lives. Sudden cardiac arrest doesn't wait, so we can't either. Schedule your child's heart screening today. Apply for an AED for your organization or make a donation that could change a life forever. Together, we can give our children's hearts a second chance. Join the movement and save young hearts at livingforzachary.org today. Well, thanks to that blocked extra point, the Mustangs are back down 16 points, but only 2:08 to go in the ball game. Man, I can't get over that. Was such a fantastic catch by Hunter McFall. I'm not sure that's who Jacob Robinson was going for. Not certain that he was, but if he was, that was a beautiful throw.
I mean, we'll just assume, I guess, that he was because we want to assume that, but you're right. I mean, that catch, we've seen a couple just incredibly athletic plays from Argyle tonight.
The kickoff is away. It's caught at the 7-yard line by Polk, up the middle to the 25, and he'll get wrapped up right there. So that's about where the fair catch would have gotten him to. Jacob Robinson, that was by far the best passing play of the night for Argyle.
Right.
And just a beautiful throw.
I mean,
get that.
we saw the same
check
thing.
That. Forgot the deep pass from Gailey was probably the best play of the night. But
the deep pass from Gailey, we can't forget that. That really opened up this lead for Argyle, too, at that point in time.
1st and 10 at the 25-yard line for the Mustangs. 4 wide set now on offense. 2:02 to go in the ball game. Baum back to throw. Fires one out in the near side. Caught up at the 32 and immediately dropped. That time is number 7, Caden Cook, on the quick slant. Gain of 8 out to the 33.
And they're moving fast. They're trying to get some positive momentum before the end of this one.
Another quick throw, this time caught by Polk as he lined up in the came out of the back. Check that. He was lined up in the slot that time.
Yep.
In the 4 wide set. Caught a little quick out. Gain of 5 out to the 37-yard line. Gain of 4, but it does move the chains, and he got out of bounds as well.
No give up in this Mustangs team. They're not going to come out here and lay down. They're going to see if they can put together a nice little drive here before the end of the night. I love it.
1st and 10 at the 37. Baum with the snap. Getting flushed out, rolling to his left, fires a pass, caught by Cook at the 45, and he'll step out of bounds. And now they're going to say incomplete.
Yeah,
I guess he bobbled it.
He was juggling that thing, and as he was trying to get it back, he got hit. The hit took him out of bounds, and then he dropped the ball, so he never did complete that catch.
That'll make it 2nd and 10 now. 1:36 to go in the ball game.
The one thing I've noticed about Argyle is how violent they are at the attack when they come up to make those hits every single time.
Staying in that 4 wide set. Baum takes the shotgun snap, fires one out to the near side. It's a low throw. He's trying to hit Caden Cook past the 1st down marker, but the throw came in low, falls incomplete. It's now 3rd down.
Yeah, not much to talk about there. I mean, good route. Obviously, he was open, but the ball comes out really low off his hand. Don't know if it slipped or the pressure just getting to him a little bit.
3rd down now for the Mustangs. Seeing if they can somehow get in this end zone quickly and give themselves a chance. Baum with the shotgun snap. Passes one over the middle, caught by De La Cruz. He's trying to cut back to the middle of the field, and he's going to get the 1st down. Great effort. De La Cruz knew he wasn't going to be able to get out of bounds or get to the sticks if he kept going towards the sideline, so he cut, setting up 2nd and 3. Grapevine not using a timeout yet. They're going to get line up and run tempo. Snap back. Baum looking. Pass is caught by Kelly at the 35, and he's going to get brought down at the 34, but it's a nice gain of 10 more yards, and it's going to move the chains. 57 seconds and counting now. They line up. The clock starts. Snap back to Baum. Fires another quick shot to Carradine. He's going to catch it, and he's only going to get about 3 yards. He was a little bit off balance when he caught that pass, so he couldn't keep himself in bounds. He probably would have gotten about another 4 or 5 yards if he had been able to, but he does stop the clock after a 4-yard gain to the 30, and now a timeout has been called. And I think this is Argyle. The Argyle defense wants to reset themselves. They haven't faced tempo like this all night, and they may be a little gassed.
They haven't, and they're sitting in this cloud, and all of a sudden Grapevine has moved right down the field on them. So, now I would suspect that they're going to get out of that sort of prevent look and come up and play a little bit more tighter defense.
Thank you to Dylan Olson and Infinity Solar USA. Homeowners, have you ever considered owning your own power by going solar? Then contact Infinity Solar USA, a locally owned and operated company who's helped thousands of homeowners become their own power company by going solar. Call 469-868-4164. That's 469-868-4164 and get your exclusive discount and a free solar savings report at Infinity Solar USA. So with the timeout being called, 50 seconds to go here in the ball game. The Mustangs have the ball at the Argyle 30, 2nd and 6. They do have timeouts to work with, but they've got to punch this ball into the end zone quickly to give themselves an opportunity, and they're going to have to get a 2-point conversion as they're still down 16 points.
No easy task with 50 seconds to go.
Teams are back out on the field. Mustangs staying in the 4-wide look. Baum takes the snap, drops back. He's going to fire one deep down the middle, and it's broken up. That was a great read that time by the defensive back, number 21, Trey Bastion, who's also the punter. He came off of his man and just broke that pass up.
Yeah, you see right away they come out of the timeout, and they have tightened up that defense a little bit. They're not going to let them just complete those 5-10-yard passes underneath the defense anymore.
Tried to go up the seam that time to Parker Polk, and Baston came off Caden Cook. It came off of his man, a linebacker, number 25, Bud Petter, who's made some plays tonight, nearly picked that off.
Yeah, Evan Baum's going to have to realize that this is the same defense he was facing before the timeout. He's had a lot of luck just catch and throw that slant, but they were in that cloud defense. Now they're not. Now they've come up, they're playing a little bit more man, and he almost got himself a pick 6 there.
4th and 6. This could be it for the Mustangs. They're going to go trips right, single receiver left at the 30-yard line. Snap back, Baum back to throw. Stepping up into the pocket, and he's just going to take off. Inside the 30, the 25, inside the 20, and then knocked out of bounds after he stepped out. Flags come flying in, and we're going to have all kinds of people getting at it as the late hit was Baum got inside the 20, stepped out, and as he stepped out, Krisiak, number 13, the sophomore defensive back, just blasted Evan Baums as he stepped on the sideline.
And I don't like that, Jacob. At the end of the game, he steps out, and you blast him. It was clearly he was out of bounds.
He definitely could have pulled up because he hit him right after he stepped out, but it was clear that Baum was going out of bounds. Right. Krisiak could have pulled up easily. Half the distance to the goal after the 13-yard run, so 1st and goal at the 9 with 33 seconds left in the ball game. Baum back. He fires one out, caught by Polk at the 5, and he's going to get wrapped up there. And Mike Alexander calls a quick timeout with 26 seconds to go after the 4-yard grab by Parker.
I like the fact that Baum can take that big hit. He got hit so hard. He was hit right on the red. He was all the way back here by the track. He gets up. He goes back on the field, dusts himself off, and completes a pass to Parker.
Yeah, that was a great job there by Baum after he took that shot. Did you play Texas high school football? If you did, you're part of an elite group, and Lone Star Gridiron wants to honor you. Visit LoneStarGridiron.com/brotherhood for more information. Mustangs with an opportunity here. 26 seconds left. It's going to be 2nd and goal from the 5. They've still got 2 timeouts left, so if they can punch one in quick, they've given themselves at least a puncher's chance here if they can get a touchdown and a 2-point conversion here very quickly.
Regardless of what happens after this, if they can punch it in here from the 5, that is going to give them a lot of momentum and confidence going past this week and the next. So I love this final drive. I love that they're fighting to the end regardless of what happens next. This has been a terrific drive.
2nd and goal now from the 5-yard line for the Mustangs. They're going to go with a 3-wide set this time with Miller in as the H-back. Snap back to Baum. Looking, and he's just going to have to throw this away. The pressure came in. The coverage was there. He was looking towards Caden Cook in the end zone, but he was blanketed, and the pressure finally got in, and he just had to get rid of that ball, setting up 3rd and goal. 21 seconds now to go. And we talked about this coming in tonight. I believe both, as we looked at Argyle's team, I think we both thought, the number one ranked team in the state in 5A Division II. Definitely a very talented group, but the Mustangs have hung with them.
They have. It's been impressive.
3rd and goal from the 5. Baum firing this to the back corner of the end zone. It's out of bounds. Trying to get Caden Cook, who made a one-handed grab, but unfortunately he was out of the end zone. Great catch by Caden.
That is probably the best catch of the night that didn't count. Holy moly. He went up with one hand and snatched that thing. And he thought he was in, right? He jumps up all excited and then realizes, I'm about 5 yards out of bounds.
Pass sailed a little too far as Baum was trying to hit him over on the side of the end zone. Last chance here for the Mustangs. 4th and goal from the 5. 16 seconds left here in the ball game. Snap is back. Fired it towards the end zone again, and that pass is going to be incomplete. Almost was intercepted. He was going for Sammy Kelly, but 2 Argyle defenders were there, and the Argyle defense, like they've done most of the night, stepped up and got the stop, and that's going to finish things up. Only 11 seconds to go. Argyle just needs to kneel it down, and that'll end things. But the Mustangs are going to fall to 2-1. Argyle's going to improve to 3-0, but I think there's going to be a whole lot of things tonight that the Mustangs, on the positive side, can take from this game. They were right there in this ball game against this very talented Argyle Eagles ball club.
Yeah, they came out after halftime and things just started to fall apart for them a little bit as they started to lose that momentum. But you're right, they did hang with them. This game is about, when you lose, it's about learning the lessons that you take from that game and getting better.
And the kneel down is completed, and that's going to end things as the clock counts down. The Argyle Eagles, the top team in the state in 5A Division II, come into Mustang Panther Stadium and knock off the Mustangs tonight by a score of 31-15. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll have the Infinity Solar post-game show for you. And actually, no, we're not going to take a break. My apologies. We're going to have to do things just right here as the Mustangs fall tonight by a score of 31-15, as this is the Infinity Solar post-game show. Jacob Dedamore here along with Tim Smith. And we were talking about it earlier. This is going to be one of those games where the Mustangs tonight are going to try and take away some things. I think that the thing that will probably bother Coach Alexander the most, Tim, is going to be the fact that the special teams tonight really caused them some problems and cost them points.
Well, special teams cost them 6 early points in this game. And, that's certainly something that they're going to want to look at. Now, they tried a different time of punting tonight, which actually worked out for them a little bit later on. So we'll look for more of that. But, special teams really cost them early on. Yeah,
the 2 mishaps on the punt team in the first half led to the 6 Argyle first half points. But then also in the second half, Argyle had chances to put points on the board with Hayden Rhodes lining up for field goals. Not gimmies by any stretch, but he wasn't able to connect from 40 and 46 yards out. Wasn't able to get those in between the uprights. And those 2 possessions, Argyle came out after each of those 2 missed field goals and got on that train and just drove it into the end zone.
Yeah, and that was the first field goal that was missed by Hayden Rhodes. He actually made the field goal, but Coach Alexander had to call a timeout
because there was only 1 second left. Yeah, late sub, only 1 second left on the play clock.
Again, that's just a mistake on the special teams to take 3 points off the board.
There's going to be a lot of positives tonight. I think what happened in the second half is what you saw. I believe personally this Argyle Eagle team has more size than Grapevine does. They have a little bit more talent than Grapevine does, and that you saw that talent assert itself in the second half, especially at the lines of scrimmage. The defensive front for Argyle was great all night long, but the offensive line for Argyle in the second half really came out and asserted themselves.
Yeah, that offensive line probably deserves player of the game, all 5 of them, because they started opening up those holes. They were leaning on the Grapevine defense, and that's really what caused the separation and momentum in that second half. And then, of course, the big pass play that came out from Argyle when they switched quarterbacks with the big arm, number 12, who launched a pass down the sideline, and that really created some distance.
Yeah, Gailey came in and dropped one over the top on a deep shot on a play action when the running game had been pounding Grapevine. They play actioned off of it and hit them over the top. for a big pass play that set up a touchdown. It was just what it was is, like I said, this is an Argyle team. We knew what they were facing coming into tonight, and we finally saw that team come out in the second half. In Grapevine, they just couldn't hold up underneath the pressure that both sides of the line of scrimmage were presenting from Argyle.
And I would guess these two teams are going to play again, right? Because these are two of the top teams in Division 5. And so you look for a lot of lessons when you watch the film on this. They're going to obviously go to district now and start to concentrate on that. But this game is going to provide them a little bit more of a game plan and a lesson learned when they go to play again in the playoffs.
Looking at some of the numbers from this game tonight as we get all the stats refreshed after the end of this game tonight. When you look at the final numbers, they're actually pretty even. Argyle outgained Grapevine by about 35 yards tonight, 375 to 339, 21 first downs to 20. But it's the second half numbers that we don't see on here, but you can, knowing what they did in the first half. Remember, Argyle only had 55 yards of offense at halftime.
Grapevine had outrushed them in the first half. They had outgained them yards-wise. They had that big 75-yard drive right before half where they had thrown the touchdown to Sammy Kelly, and so you thought Grapevine had some momentum, but they came out in the second half, they just couldn't sustain any drives.
R.J. Bennell tonight led the attack for Argyle on the ground. He ended up with 169 yards on the ground and 2 touchdowns. He only had 28 at the half, so he had over 140 yards rushing in the second half alone. Landon Ferris tonight also got himself going. He ends up with 95 yards and a score. I believe at halftime, I think he had 13 or 14 yards rushing. So that gives you an idea of how that big, strong offensive line for Argyle really started to assert themselves. You know, the Grapevine players have nothing to be ashamed of. Parker Polk ended up with over 100 yards in the second half himself, as he only had 12 yards at the half. He ended up with 127 on the ground. Both Harrison Hackbarth and Evan Baum did a good job at quarterback when they were in the game. Each guy threw a touchdown pass tonight. Evan Baum ended up with 111 yards passing. Hackbarth ended up with 83. The passing game, the run game for Grapevine really consisted of a couple of big pop plays. Mm-hmm. Other than a couple of big pop plays here and there, they really couldn't get anything consistent going on the ground tonight. But the passing game was effective for Grapevine and kept them in the ball game.
Yeah, they've been good throwing the ball all year so far. The first game, they didn't throw it very often. The second game, a little bit more. Here tonight, they were forced to throw it a little bit more, but they've been having success. That's going to help them later on in the weeks as they keep going through the season.
The other thing tonight, other than the miscues on the punt, the field goal thing, that's one thing that Hayden Rhodes, I'm sure, will be kicking himself for, not being able to put those field goals in. But as we said, those were 40 yards and over, not gimmies by any stretch. The punt miscues are the ones that are going to eat away, I think, at Coach Alexander. And it ended up not being a major issue, but the pre-snap penalties on defense is going to be something that Coach Alexander is really, I think, going to be harping on the guys about, because they had, again tonight, I believe they have 4 times where they jumped into the neutral zone on hard counts that kept the chains moving for Argyle a few times.
4 flags, and at least 3 of them, as you said, gave them additional first downs. And that is simply what you can't have, especially in a game where you're fighting an uphill battle a little bit anyway from the start.
So now the Mustangs, falling to 2-1 on the season, will prepare for district play, which will start 2 weeks from tonight. The bye week across the whole district of 4-5A Division II is next week. Then the Mustangs will start off district play. They'll be on the road. They'll be over in Fort Worth ISD. Not sure which really good things happened in these 3 weeks, despite the loss tonight. And there'll be a lot of positives that they could take away over the next couple of weeks as they prepare for district play.
Yeah, this game tonight tells you where you are, tells you where you need to get better. And last year they dominated in district play, and I expect a lot of that same dominance to come through here in the next several weeks.
As all Grapevine fans know, the one difference from last year to this year in district play is the fact that your rival is in your district once again, which is a great thing for everybody involved.
Yeah.
But that matchup will be coming at the end of the month with the Collierville Heritage Panthers across town. So we'll be looking forward to that one as well here in a few weeks. But for tonight, the Mustangs fall by a score of 31-15 as the top-ranked Argyle Eagles knock off the number 6 ranked Grapevine Mustangs. That's going to do it for us here tonight from Mustang Panther Stadium. For my broadcast partner, Tim Smith, thank you to everyone who has been a part of this tonight. Thank you to Trey Bell, our lead producer here on Tradio and for this broadcast. Thank you also to Thomas Lee, owner and operator of Champion Sports Radio. Thank you to our sponsors, 121 Community Church, Chip Mercer Dentistry, Classic Chevrolet, Bottle Cap Alley, Prosperity Bank, ER of Texas, Infinity Solar USA, Energy Attic, Greenleaf Roofing, Whirly Ball, livingforzachary.org, Lone Star Gridiron, and the Greater Dallas Youth Orchestra. We will see everybody in 2 weeks for the kickoff of district play when the Mustangs take on the Northside Steers. Until then, everyone have a great weekend. Good night, everybody, and go Mustangs.